Hello everyone, welcome back to another Tomato Sauce stream. Today we're going to be doing a little bit of everything, I guess. We want to catch up, because obviously I haven't been streaming for last week. So we got the leaks, of which there was very, very little, just a couple of leaks. We also did get some OCG reveals I do want to talk about. There is also a couple of other little bits and bobs, but we'll kind of get to those. But for the most part, today is not going to be a playing stream. I don't really want to play Duel Links today. I think I'm going to do that on Thursday because I do want to get some games in with some of the other D-Linker builds. So that's probably going to be the Thursday stream. Today is going to be very yappy. And what I want to do is I want to talk about potential cards that could be coming to the game soon, right? This is something we do every now and then where we just talk about like what should be out based on like the anime release schedule, what should be out based on the original OCG release schedule, potentially what could be coming out in the near future, obviously based on specific characters that we could be getting. And that's kind of what I want to do. I just want to have a kind of a discussion day. That's the plan. But before we get to that, let's see who we have in the chat. So we have Darth Victor in the chat. Hello, hello. First Tomato's back. Welcome back, man. Raise his fist to the fist bump. That'd do. Hello, Baj. Welcome, welcome on in. Hello, hello. We have the Dr. Alex. He's back from the void. Hello, hello. I think he's still dead. A rat probably started the stream. Definitely not a rat, I'll tell you that much. Tomato, fast, find a card or something you can put in the camera. There you go. There's Pumpkin, the king of ghosts. He's not in focus, but he's there. Come on, we can do this. Come on, you can focus. I believe in you, Camp. There we go. Look at that bad boy. MRD. One of the OGs. It's in horrible condition. But by golly, we have it. We have Ninjetti Ursus. Hello, hello, Ursus. Welcome, welcome on in. We have Corey in the chat. Tomato Alive Celebration. Oh, I mean, it's one of those things where sometimes, like, shit just kind of comes up. And, like, I could have streamed, right? To be perfectly honest, I could have streamed. I did not want to. I could not do everything I was doing and then also stream for, like, 9 hours. No. It just wasn't going to happen. It just realistically wasn't going to happen. But I'm here now. That's what counts, right? I know we actually don't know that. We have a theory it could be a rat, 10 PC. Okay, so look at the news. We have 3 cards for Duel Links leaked. In OCG, 2 update posts in Overrush Pack 4, and the post trap, the pot trap, and the new reference arts for the last pack. Yeah, basically anything that came out, I think, since the 5th. I think the 5th was, like, the last day we streamed. So anything from the 5th onwards, we're going to just, like, look at, right? That's kind of the gist that we're going to be going for now. I think it was the 5th. Either way, we'll get to everything. We'll get to everything. But hello, hello. That is a gigantic tomato. Yeah, I mean, we've got us on the full screen today because I thought this just looked better than having the blue backdrop. And we can still have the chat on the screen. Although we could probably move the chat a little bit, really. You guys are way too close to my face. What are you guys doing? Come on. Come on, guys. Way too close there. Put you over there for now. That would probably be fine. Now I could step over here slightly. And now you're over there. See? I can't even touch you now. Ooh, ooh. Is that Icy in the chat? We'll do an exclamation mark, Icy. I did actually watch Icy yesterday play some of the KCC Cup grind, playing Punk Stardust, which is... It's a weird one. I feel like Stardust is like the new generic skill. You can just kind of chuck anything with, and it just kind of works. Which is, like, fine. There's no, like, negative to that. It's just, like... It's funny that it is generic enough that you can kind of put it with anything. But, yeah. Pumpkin that started the stream, it's confirmed. There's apparently a Call of the Haunted archetype with Pumpkin. What? What, is that in TCG? Or is that in OCG? Is that in, like, coming to Rush and I haven't heard about it? This is news to me. But yeah, obviously in the show, Bones played this card, along with Call of the Haunted, which worked a little bit differently, because Call of the Haunted let him bring back... I wonder if I have all the cards, actually. I'm going to spend a minute. Oh, I do, actually. He brings back Clown Zombie, Dragon Zombie, and Armored Zombie. Once again, not in focus. Using Call of the Haunted, and they just keep coming back. Because they were originally... I don't have the other 3. What were they? It was like a... Like Mizuki or something. There was Crawling Dragon becomes Dragon Zombie, and I don't remember what becomes Clown Zombie. Some sort of clown. There's lots of clowns. Probably Crass Clown. But then he uses the Call of the Haunted, they all come back. Yeah, 5th, because the 8th was a Digimon stream. Exactly. We do want to get back and finish Digimon. But this Friday, this Sunday, I believe, is the Deckmaster Cup, and also the KC Cup second stage, which feels like horrible timing. But so we might be doing that instead. So we might have to push Digimon back yet again, which just keeps happening, which is a shame, because I'm going to try, the next time we stream Digimon, we are going to try to finish the game. Now, will we accomplish that goal? I don't know. I don't know how much is left. But I think I'm at Super Bosses. And usually, Super Bosses are right before the end. We're going to have a crack at the Super Bosses. If the Super Bosses are, like, insane, if it's like, oh, you're meant to have all level 99s, all max stats to fight these, we're not gonna kill them. We're just gonna have a couple of goes, get our ass kicked, and then just go finish the game. That's the idea. If we do manage to beat the Super Bosses, fantastic, great. But we might not, right? That's just the kind of the nature of Super Bosses. Friday, you normally don't stream, right? So no Pokemon Day direct reaction. Almost certainly not. I mean, because how does Pokemon Day work? I remember when they announced Sword and Shield, they just kind of put out a trailer. Like, they did the whole, like, YouTube premiere thing, where everyone got together, you know, everyone was there at the premiere, everyone watched, like, a 3-minute trailer or whatever. And that was their kind of Gen 9? Was it Gen 9? It was Gen 8 or Gen 9 announcement. So are we expecting something similar, where they just, like, premiere, go, and then it's going to be just like a trailer or like a 30-minute thing? Because I think when that was announced, it was like a 30-minute like premiere video, and like the Sword and Shield bit was right at the end. So I'm wondering if it's going to be exactly that again, or is it going to be like a proper stream? Like, I don't really know how it works. TCG, I looked at the new box and there's Call of the Haunted. Nice. And there's a field spell just that says set up to 3 Call of the Haunted from your deck or graveyard. I mean, that's interesting for sure. We need to finish the game before the super bosses. You're going to love the super bosses, trust me. Pokemon Day next week. So the bosses we've unlocked, again, we're going on tangents, but we always do that here. The bosses I currently have available is I have a mission to fight against the Holy Knights, I think it is. So I got to fight them. I don't know if that's a super boss, but it sounded super bossy, so I was like, okay. I have to fight against a Pokemon as like a solo fight, which I'm like, that kind of looked super bossy. There's like a Greymon and Gabumon fight as well, which I was like, I don't really know what this is, but so I was just going to kind of go into that on stream rather than like try it off stream, right? I just wanted to, I wanted my first experience with that stuff to just be on the stream. That's what we're going to do with that. Pokemon Day is next week, Gen 8, there were leaks. No, we have like 30 to 60 min stream apparently. Okay. There were leaks. Hello, a human Portuguese dub fan. No, it's the, you know, the Mystical Elf leaks, right? There were like 3, but I haven't streamed since they were leaked, right? So we're going to just cover them today. Just Pokemon Direct for everything. Now we have like 30 to 60 minutes to stream apparently. It's proper stream. So Cafe, Remix stuff, TCG, Unite, Master, and newly announced games. The thing is, right? You say proper stream. Pokemon never does streams. Pokemon do instant premiere videos on YouTube. And then they put those on Twitch, right? They never have like live people there talking. It's always just a video. So like, I don't think they're going to have a proper stream. They might stream their video, but I don't think they're going to have a proper stream. Because they never do. Cafe Remix stuff, TCG Unite, Master, and newly announced games. I mean, the big one's going to be the new generation, right? Then it's always going to be the new generation. I always look forward to the new gen. I always play through the games, right? Even if I don't think all of the Pokemon games have been, like, hits, right? Some of them have been kind of like, oh, this one's a bit shaky. I will still play them. I will still enjoy them. I think playing with all the new Pokemon, going through whatever system they have, like the gyms or whatever they replace it with, like in Sun and Moon, they did like the kahunas, I think it was, on the islands, and the challenges. I think that stuff was always really fun. getting to the Pokemon League and just finishing the game. Obviously, they're very simple games. They're quite easy to just pick up and just kind of walk through. I've always really, really enjoyed them. And now part of that might be nostalgia. It might be that I just like turn-based JRPGs. So, you know, I like those sort of games. I really, actually, thoroughly enjoyed playing through Scarlet and Violet, despite all of the obvious issues it had. So, I'm excited for the next gen regardless, right? It's Pokemon Day today? I don't think so. Hello, Promanicus. Look at that streak, 45. Was Mr. Cloud used in the anime? Ooh, no. I don't think so. If it was like very throwaway. You're forgetting the most popular game, but I was just completely forgetting Pokemon Go. Pokemon Go, though, has massively fallen off a cliff. I don't know how popular it is currently, but it used to be like one of the biggest games of all time period. And I believe its player base is now like, it's like 5% of what it used to be. Like, it's actually ridiculous how much it's shrunk. But 5% of like 6 billion, right, is still going to be really big. So it's like, I don't know how big it currently is, but obviously it's like still doing okay. It's going to be doing fine, realistically. Gen 10 trailer with the new starters and more, the typical mobile app stuff. And then for leaks, apparently stuff the new Pokemon series that got announced last year. Leaf Green / Fire Red remakes. That's an interesting one. Right, so I'm ancient, right? So for me, my first Pokemon games were Gen 1. I first experienced the anime when it first came out, right? So I am a Gen 1er through and through. I love Gen 1. I'll always love going back to Kanto. But I know a lot of people are really sick of that. So part of me is like, it's a bit weird that we're just doing Gen 1 again. Because, like, don't get me wrong, I love it, right? If they release a Fire Red remake, I'm there, right? They've already got me. I'm going to play it. I don't know if a lot... I guess there's going to be enough people that are going to enjoy it. So, like, it's fine. But there are going to be so many people that are just upset with that. They're just going to be so angry. Pokemon Colosseum and XD Gale of Darkness for NSO. I mean, that's cool. I don't have any problem with that. I never really played Gale of Darkness. I played Colosseum. I didn't play Gale of Darkness, so maybe I could pick that up and play it. Most hype leak for me, if it's actually true, Mystery Dungeon. Mystery Dungeon is a weird one for me. I don't dislike Mystery Dungeon, but it's never been my favorite Pokemon games. So my brother and me, we played... What was it? It's like two of the first ones that came out. One was on DS, and one was on Game Boy Advance. And they had, like... You could, like, play together. They had, like, some sort of connectivity. I remember I played the Game Boy Advance one, and my brother played the DS one. And I remember I really enjoyed it, but it didn't, like, leave a lasting impression. So, like, Mystery Dungeon is something that I've always been like... This is cool, I like this, but I'm not, like, jonesing to get into the next one, you know? Oh my god, please let there be a new Mystery Dungeon. Hello, Apple Tree, welcome on in. I want to clarify there's no leaks for anything. Leaks when it comes to Game Freak doesn't exist unless it was through a hack of the servers. All I care about is the new gen. I mean, the new gen is the important stuff. Let's be honest. To be fair, though, I personally thought that both of the Pokemon Legends games are really cool. Back when they were announced, right? When they were like, we're doing Arceus, and they had that first trailer, and it was like, you know, you could like crouch, and you were like hiding in the tall grass, and you were like throwing balls at the Pokemon, you had to like aim it. I was like, this is cool. Now, a lot of other people thought it looked like a bit like a joke, right? There was a lot of people memeing on the fact that the frame rate was awful. It was just abysmal. And I get that, but I was like, okay, realistically, even if the frame rate isn't great, the game could still be amazing, and I hope this is the direction they take the game. And then they released Scarlet and Violet, and they clearly went, okay, this is not one-to-one, but this has clearly been inspired, or the Pokemon Legends Arceus was a proof of concept for what they could do in the main games. They would take the stuff that worked and get rid of the stuff that didn't. And I really liked that aspect of Scarlet and Violet, but I think they leaned a little bit too heavily into the whole, like, oh, there's Pokemon walking around everywhere, and didn't flesh out the rest of it. So, although I enjoyed that a lot more than I enjoyed Sword and Shield, Sun and Moon, Did I enjoy it more than X and Y? I really liked X and Y. But X and Y was also... It came out at a really, really good time in my life where I was, like, exceedingly, like, happy. And I was surrounded by people that were also playing the same game. So you have to take it with a pinch of salt of, like, maybe the memory was more enticing than the actual game itself. But I remember I really liked X and Y. So like I said, Scarlet Violet, by no means perfect, has a lot of issues, but I thoroughly enjoyed it. I really, really did. Anyway, let's try and catch up with chat a little bit, a little tiny bit. Stop with this BS if we get from documents that weren't supposed to be public yet. It's a leak. End of topic. Is it Fire Red and Leaf Green remake just Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee? I mean, not really. Because Let's Go are still set in the same place, but the gameplay is drastically different, right? So I would say there is a bit of a difference between that. Also, Gen 10 part will be untrue because they never show that. It's always the 3 starters and the central hub, and that's it. I mean, yeah, but they can always break tradition, right? It's like we always say with Duel Links, right? We keep trying to see patterns, right? We're trying to be like, they've never done this before, so they won't do it now. And then they could just do it. And you're like, no one saw this coming. And it's like, well, yeah, because we've created a box ourselves that we have forced all of our expectations to be within. And then, like, they do anything outside of the box. And it's like, whoa, we couldn't have predicted it, right? Alright, we have an ad break. So while that's happening, I'm going to hydrate. Just jamming out to Final Fantasy VIII. Welcome back, everyone, from the ads. Anyone that did get the ads. Red was GBA, blue was DS. Yes, I definitely had the red one because, again, growing up. So I have an older brother, right? And so, whenever there was like a fad, we would always get into it together, right? So Yu-Gi-Oh comes out, right? I get the Kaiba starter deck. My brother gets the Yugi starter deck, right? We're playing against each other constantly, but that, you know, there's 2 decks, fantastic. Pokemon comes out. I get Pokemon Red, my brother gets Pokemon Blue, we both love our individual versions, and then as we go through, we always, like, had one or the other, right? So, I was a Gold, he was a Silver, I was a Ruby, he was a Sapphire, I was a Diamond, he was Pearl, I was White, he was Black, then what was X and Y? I was X, he was Y. And then after that it gets a bit murky, because now we're adults. And now we can just buy whichever games we want. So, at that point, I started getting... God, what games did I get? After X and Y, it was Sword and Shield, right? No, it was Sun and Moon. I got Sun. Then I got... Sword. Then I got Scarlet. So I've always been, like, on the red half. And, like, my brother's always typically been on, like, the blue half, right? Let's try and catch up a little bit. Because Central Hub is always obviously showing the country of the game based on what's shown. I love the way you throw tomato 10 out of 10. How exactly does that make anything sound true? Trailer shows starters show it the world. But the leaks we have are from multiple different areas of 3+ old beta build. I'm more interested in seeing how Gen 10 will look, assuming the Switch 2 exclusive than game itself. I never expect Pokemon games to look good. Right? If a Pokemon game came out and it looked graphically impressive, I would be blown away by it because my expectations are that it's going to look like dog shit, and it will be fine. But it'll be stylized, so like it will function as a Pokemon game as long as it functions as a Pokemon game. I don't need it to have, you know, ridiculous like ray tracing and all of these insane graphics because I don't need it. It's a Pokemon game. It's whatever, right? If they do have incredible graphics, I'll be very impressed. I would be taken aback. I would be pleasantly surprised, and I would be quite happy. We're also slowly losing a human Portuguese dub fan's messages because this is hanging off the screen a little bit. Let's put this up here. Maybe that'll be slightly better. We'll leave it up there for now. That's fine. Let's try and catch up with chat once again. I blame Breath of the Wild, which caused Nintendo to constantly throw out more open world games. Well, it was a really good game. It had, I personally didn't like Breath of the Wild. God, we're getting into so many tangents here. I'm a fossil, right? I was a child when, you know, Zelda 1 was out. I had Zelda 1. I had the gold cartridge. I liked Zelda 1. Didn't like Zelda 2. Didn't really play it, so don't really have an opinion on that, so whatever. But then when A Link to the Past came out, I was like, this is incredible. This game is amazing. I love this game. And then they brought out Ocarina of Time, Majora's Mask, and I was like, these games are also incredible. I love these games. And the thing I love about all of those games is the dungeons, right? And obviously, you know, I like the permanence of weapons. I'm not really a big fan of breaking weapons, but to me, that's kind of secondary. I love the gameplay loop of, you know, story beat, need you to go to a dungeon. Go to a dungeon. Get an item in the dungeon. Use that item to overcome the dungeon, either by beating the boss or solving puzzles. And then go on to the next dungeon. And then rinse and repeat. And that's what we've kind of done away with in the last 2 Zelda games. And I'm like, you've taken the best bit from these games and removed it. And I don't like that. But again, there's nothing wrong with the new games. I played Breath of the Wild a decent amount. I got on with it. I enjoyed it. I just didn't enjoy it as much as I have some of the older ones. I'm looking forward towards SV and Prime 4 from that. SV? Scarlet and Violet? Shadowverse? You're going to have to be a bit more helpful there. Icy says, do you have a Switch 2 already? I do not. I have a Switch 1. So, technically, I didn't even buy a Switch 1. So, my brother bought a Switch 2 and then was like, I don't need my Switch 1 anymore. So, he gave me his Switch 1. So, I kind of got a hand-me-down Switch 1, effectively. I gotta run. Currently replaying Black and White 1 and 2. Those games are really fun. Only thing I really disliked and forgot was the case in the older games. EXP share only with one other Pokemon. It's only 50% of the XP. Yeah, EXP share is a bit awkward. Again, I don't mind it as much. It just means you don't necessarily level up an entire team. I usually pick like 3 Pokemon and just level them up rather than having like a whole well-rounded 6 Pokemon team. Did they find the body? What body? The puppy nappy because he's snoring. Pokemon games will never look good. They are made within a year. Yeah, this gen being Switch 2 exclusive is going to be huge if true, because Switch 1 holds back graphics. I get what you're saying, but to me, it's like saying the Pokemon graphics are usually like, I don't know, like a 3 out of 10. And now we're saying if it has to be made for Switch 1 as well, it has to be a 2 out of 10. But if we're allowed to have it just on Switch 2, it's allowed to be a 4 out of 10, right? Like, to me, it doesn't matter. It's going to look bad anyway. As long as the game is fun, that's what matters to me, really. We completely dropped Yu-Gi-Oh! We'll be back. We'll be back. We are so back. Hello, Hidden Barkai. Welcome, welcome back. The thing with the game, games like Prime 4, is it doesn't need to be an open world game. It does not. I do not know why there is a motorcycle in Prime. Why is there a massive desert that you have to go around farming items in a Metroid game? Again, the appeal of a Metroid game, of a Metroidvania, is open-ended level design and like a key and lock system where you get a power-up, then you can do something to get access to another area, which unlocks more of the map, and then there's like a decent amount of backtracking, because now I've got this power-up, I can go back to that thing that I passed 2 hours ago, that I needed this power-up to get through the door, or the wall, or the thing. And that's the appeal of the games. And I don't know, when you put the motorbike in the desert in, you've removed the core bit that people like the game for. So I'm like, what are we doing? I don't know, it's weird. It's very strange. It's very strange to me. Very strange to me. But again, maybe that's what like modern audiences want. Maybe I'm just old. It's possible. It is possible. Why play Pokemon when Digimon exists? Pokemon and Digimon are 2 different games fundamentally, right? They're just, the only thing they really have in common is they're both kind of monster taming games and they're both JRPGs. But take that away, I guess they're both anime aesthetic as well. But take all of that away. And now you're talking about, one game is very story driven, it's very character focused. It's very... We're trying to create, like, an interesting narrative. We're trying to have an interesting world, as well as we're having, like, 3-man team combat. The way that you level up your Digimon is different. Like, the entire aspect of, like, catching is completely different between the games. Pokemon is a lot more streamlined. It's a bit more go to A, then go to B, then go to C, then go to D, then go to E. And it's a very, like, comfy experience where you can just play, right? And both are enjoyable depending on what you're in the mood for, right? So Pokemon is a game that I will always pick up and I will just play through the entire thing, right? I will not have to stop. I will just, you know, wake up, place a Pokemon. Whenever I've got free time, I'll just jump on Pokemon. And I'll keep doing that till I finish it. When I finish it, I will probably never look at it again. That's how I play Pokemon games. But I really like them. But the developer interview, they said because of the success of Breath of the Wild, they didn't make it open world. They did make it open world, which led to the bike. It's also them assuming the player base wanted an open world Metroid game. I don't get it. Why would you take a game franchise where the most important part of the game is that it's not open world and then make it open world? It just seems very strange to me. It's, again, maybe it's not trying to appeal to me, but I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. Did you see the PlayStation State of Play? It was basically a big Konami show in the second half. Literally something for everyone except Yu-Gi-Oh! Metal Gear Solid Remake Collection 2. MGS with an octopus. New Silent Hill game. New anime game. And also 2 new anime series produced by Konami adaptations. Yeah, I watched it. I was hoping for Final Fantasy VII news. We didn't get that. That was a bit sad, but it is what it is. That's going to come out when it comes out. Other than that, there was nothing, like, crazy in there. Like, nothing really. The one thing that makes Digimon really cool is branching evolutions, in my opinion. You're not locked into a line. Though Agumon in Time Stranger was annoying as hell. So I, personally, I play Digimon as if they have locked lines. So I will always go like, all right, this is my guy. What makes the most sense for my guy to turn into, right? So rather than like, oh, I've got these 6 different options, my brain goes, no, I have one option. I need to work out which one of these is the correct one, right? So like, I always treat it like it's Pokemon anyway, where I'm like, all right. It's like, oh god, I'm trying to remember any of my Digimon's names. The gold guy with like the sword in his head, who's obsessed with the number 20. Like, I was like, all right, he's got to go into the next one that's a gold guy with the number 20 and a sword in his head. And then he's got to go into the next one who's a gold guy with a sword in his head that's obsessed with the number 20. And then again, like, I have it like that, right? I've got to have it like that, right? I always like to make a story for them as an OC, basically. Greydmon. Was it Greydmon? I can't remember. It's been so long since I had him as a rookie. Because all of my Digimon... I'm obviously at the end of the game now, so all my Digimon are Megas. So I'm like... I don't know what they used to be called. I don't even know if I remember what most of my guys are called right now, if I'm being completely honest. I have... Rust Tyrannomon. I've got... I got nothing. I don't know. I don't know their names. I don't know their names. Greymon is the ultimate for him. Or wait, Zubamon? Yeah, I think Zubamon is who I have, who has, like, sword arms. I think that's what we've got at the moment. But we should actually start getting into stuff, I think. I think we should actually start, like, doing bits and bobs, you know. So first things first, we'll take a look at the Duel Links meta snapshot posted by Bismuth. Everyone knows Bismuth. Bismuth's great. So, speed. This is interesting, right? I mean, obviously, these 2 numbers are looking kind of crazy, right? This is what Traptrix and... Is this Punk? Is it Despia? Who is this? Oh, this is Tachyon. I'm just an idiot. That's obviously Tachyon. So, where is Tachyon on here, though? There's not... I'm not seeing, like, a ton of Tachyon. Like, it's a Tachyon up here. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Tachyon, 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 Tachyon. Okay, so it looks like Traptrix, Tachyon, and then quite a nice little split at the bottom. Although, like, would you call this a good meta? I don't know. It's a weird one for me. Grade Mon was the ultimate for him. Oh wait, it's Zubamon. Tomato does Yu-Gi-Oh content crazy. I know it's weird. It's strange that we would do that. But I don't know, right? So how many of you guys actually actively play Speed? Like, how many of you are like either tournament players or ladder players, or you're playing in KC Cup? Like, do you guys like the Speed meta as it is currently, or are you like, man, I don't know, Trap Tricks kind of sucks? Because I see a lot of people getting frustrated about Tachyon. I don't see as many people getting super outraged about Trap Tricks. Nah, fuck Speed. I mean, that's fair. That's fair. I know it's not for everyone. Personally, I like it. I haven't played a ton of Speed lately, but that's because I haven't really got a deck that I like at the moment outside of my dinos. Trap Tricks is super annoying. It's disgusting and gross like always. I play events with my old decks. RPS are meta. People hated the meta right now. Okay. As a Shido player, I mean that's fair. Like if you one trick a deck and your deck is like in a rough spot in the meta, then yeah, absolutely. Gems, yeah. I just play Trap Tricks because the Hat Boomer. I'm a Hat Boomer. Oh, as in like hand artifact Trap Tricks. Right, I get you. I was like, you're a Hat Boomer? I don't wear hats very often. Well, actually, I do. I have my cap somewhere, but I just play Trap Tricks because I'm a Hat Boomer. There are 2 to 3 best decks, then 2 good decks, then some Copium/Rogue options. But what counts as like I mean, we can take a look at the tier list as well, right? We have the technology. So branded Tachyon Trap Tricks, although by the look of it, branded is actually not performing super well, specifically in tournaments at the moment, or at least not in the last week. Because it's what, down here at 47, which is quite a drop down from 67. B-Trooper, where's B-Troopers at the moment? At 30, so another big drop. That's what, a 20 drop into a 17 drop. That is actually a huge drop between all of these decks. And then Punk and Shinobird. Is the best version of Punk right now Stardust Punk? Because again, I don't have a ton of experience with this, but I was watching Icy streams. And it seemed like pure Punk was a little bit underwhelming, whereas putting Punk with other stuff seemed a lot better. But I don't know if this Stardust is Stardust Punk, and it's like its own thing. But either way, it's interesting to keep tabs on this stuff, right? I'm not gonna lie, this looks toxic as all hell. I don't want to know anything about this Eldritch deck. Like, I don't know, man. Tachyon is the fraud tier 1. Branded and Trap Tricks are stronger. Wouldn't you expect, though, the tournament results to reflect that? Or are we just like, a lot of these tournament results don't count because, players don't know what they're doing? Because there's a lot of tournament results. You'd like to think we'd have a lot of data. This card, man. What is this? This is like Blue Eyes, just with like Primal thrown in, but also with Shino Baron? What the heck am I looking at? Master of Blue Eyes. We're just covered in kaijus, including Golem. I don't know, man. I don't know. Speed is in a weird spot right now, let's put it that way. It's also really sad that dinos seem to have completely fallen out of the format, which is a shame. But, going over to Rush. Hey, this is interesting. What's going on over here? I don't know if we should listen to Dwan. He still thinks people aren't on Slime in Rush. Now, no one's playing Slime. You crazy, you crazy. Morning, everyone. Hello, King John. Welcome, welcome. If transmigration is legal, why can't we have Salamangreat Great Roar yet? And Photon Lord? I think it's because they were trying to do a big push for Mizar because of his effect. Again, I still don't know if it's Mizar or Mizar. I think they might pronounce it differently depending on if it's Japanese or English. But either way, I think they tried to do a big push for him. And a lot of people are... it's a weird one. I actually think... I think Tachyon and Salads are both real fan favorites. Like, I feel like there are a ton of fans of both of those decks individually, as well as big fans of their anime counterparts, right? I think a lot of people really like Kite. A lot of people really like Soulburner. So it kind of makes sense to push them. I guess I'm trying to think what they could do. Because it would make sense to do some sort of big push for Soulburner, but we've already got his other skin, right? We've got his ult art of Soulburner and Flame. So it's like, when would you release it? I don't know. It's a tricky one. It's a tricky one. This looks so weird. I mean, community tournaments aren't always the best representation of the meta. Alright, I will say that there is truth in that. But when you get just enough data, and the data just keeps saying the same thing again and again and again and again and again. Like, there's got to be a causation, right? There is a correlation of that data, right? It's not like every single tournament, because some of these tournaments have like 100 players, right? It's not like every single tournament is always going to be wrong all the time, right? There'll be outliers, right? And that's fine, right? You expect outliers, especially in like, there's just lots of randomness going on. But you would expect that if the same things keep happening again and again and again and again and again, there's at least some truth to it, right? It's not, in my opinion, like, it's not black and white, right? It's not like deck wins most tournaments, therefore deck is best deck in game, right? But I think there is this deck has been performing a ton in like 40 different tournaments, therefore we at least need to take a look at it, right? It's obviously doing something, right? You play level 8s. High Tech has been doing great recently. Yeah, absolutely has. Time to spam Omnigate. High Tech is a really weird one as well. Because it seemed like no one was really playing it. And then one player took it to the Challenger Cup. What was it called? The Deckmaster Cup. And then everyone suddenly, like the week after that, was like, we all have to now play this deck, right? And it was everywhere. Right? People were playing it a lot more in the Deckmaster Cup. People were playing it in community tournaments. So, like, it suddenly, like, popped off and everyone was on it. Which is not too surprising, but it was like everyone started treating the deck like it was a deck, and now it suddenly is a deck. Like, it's funny how that just kind of happens. Yo, Pyro, be honest, it means sooner rather than later we might get Salamandeus. I mean, there's a chance. There's always a chance. Roar's recyclable. Yo, what's up? Hello, Julius Caesar. People play Slime in Rush just to get farmed by Music Princess. Exactly. That's always the issue with Rush right now. Is there are, against all of these decks, you need certain trap cards to counter them. And you get absolutely rinsed by everyone else, right? So, if you play Slime in Negate Attack, which some people are like, okay, Negate Attack is really good against a lot of the meta. Well, Music Princess is absolutely going to farm you, because they just wipe the back row before the battle phase, right? But if you're playing, like, Compulse, or Trap Hole, or Shady, that doesn't really do a ton to Aqua. They get to go, I don't care, you do that, I'm just going to tribute over more guys. My skill pluses me in a billion, and all my cards just give me such infinite value, I'm just going to beat you up anyway. And then Dimension Linker is a similar one to Aqua, where typically the same things that work against one work against the other. So, like, I think people are now like, alright, well, I can play more traps that stop more of the meta, and now I just pray I don't run into Music Princess. Or they do the opposite, and they go, I'm going to put all my anti-Music Princess traps in the deck, and pray I don't run into not Music Princess. It's a really awkward system, because you can try and half it, but then it just means that you're always going to have cards in your deck that are just not doing much. It's very awkward. It's a very awkward situation. Yoduan, Eldritch is good with Tachyon around. I know people don't like 5s or 6s, but I feel like opinions would change if we got a salad of those. I try to dissect what that even means. And to beat baseball, post KC ban list, we'll put an end to MP Trust. It's a really weird situation as well, because the meta currently is not actually in like a super bad spot. Like, it's relatively diverse. It's just stale as all hell. I think people are now like, man, I just Music Princess has just been around just a little bit too long. Can we get rid of that now, please? I just want something else. And it's one of those ones as well where Music Princess will occasionally just brick. Like, it does happen. But it doesn't happen as often as you would like, right? I think it's tricky. It's very tricky. Salamangreat, Greeted Inferno Dragon for the Link 5 Salamangreat Ultimate Chimera. For the Link 6 is the names I have. Tachyon isn't the main problem for Eldritch. Traptrix and Shino is what makes Eldritch bad right now. I could see them releasing Raw when they eventually add the last of the Salad's missing cards, Weasel, Raging Phoenix. But the question is, when will they drop them? Will they just drop them willy-nilly, like in a box? Because that seems a bit like, I don't know, boring? Part of me is like, do some sort of, like, Vrain's event and release them? But I mean, they could do whatever they want, right? They could just slap them in a box and call it a day, so... people were just waiting for a deckless classic Yu-Gi-Oh! Players. I mean, fundamentally, the deck got a little bit of a resurgence when it got its Contact Fusion and people started playing Pierce. And then people kind of realized that Pierce was not really the goo. And then they just went back to kind of playing the old version, but with the Contact Fusion. So it's kind of like, eh. Oh yeah, I forgot Raging Phoenix was the Link 5. Man, just give Rhynac Fusions. I mean, we're going to get the Rhynac Fusions. They're going to come out, right? They are MC bosses, right? Main character bosses. They're going to come out. They're going to have skills associated with them. It's going to be a really cool deck. I wouldn't be surprised if they kind of crept them out. They didn't, like, release a bunch of them at once. They were like, right, we'll give you this one now. We'll give you this one next time. Then we'll give you that one later. And I think that would be okay. They might even do that for the pre... Oh, is it? No, I think they could. They could maybe do that for the pre-Worlds World Championship qualifier box. I think that would be an okay place to do it. Because from Konami's perspective, they probably want Light Galaxy to see play at Worlds. So, like, it would make sense, right? But yeah, I will say, Tomato, you have officially pushed my belief into being the World Championship card we're getting this year is Lord of Galactica. Yeah? What has prompted this? Simply play 3 Shady and 2 Battle Traps. I mean, you can. It depends on the deck, though, right? But, like, 3 Shady is almost always good. But Shady is so useless against Dimension Linker. Like, it's so useless against the deck, so it's so tricky. At least we don't have the cancel. No, legitimately, that trap card for Rush is basically a summon negate, but not. Nerfs are hard. Rush decks are more cockroach-like. They'll last for a while unless we actively kill it. The deck, it's still playable. I think the big thing is as well, is Konami don't tend to hit decks that much anymore. They seem to would rather power creep the heck out of everything. Which is, like, fine when they actually do it. Like, we just had the box which had the Phoenix Maximum, Vocalized Phoenix, and Monarchs. And they've done... fine. But not good. Right, they haven't done good. They haven't done well. They haven't massively broken into the scene in a big way. They haven't power crept any of the best decks. They're just kind of there. They're an option. Like, Monarch has had a bunch of top 8 finishes. No top 4 finishes. Phoenix has had one top 4 finish, I think. Which is like, I mean, that's neat. Cool, I guess. But it's not doing anything crazy, realistically. When are we getting ChatGPT, Onizuka, and Dino Wrestler Tier 1? So I'm currently doing our Vrain's watch along because I'm watching Vrain's for the first time, and I am so sad about what they did with Go and Earth, or what they are currently doing, because we're currently getting to that stage at the moment. I genuinely thought, like, Earth really grew on me. I was like, this is a really good character. I genuinely really like him. I like the way he duels. I liked his deck. And Go was my favorite character of Season 1. And now it's just like... bruh. What are we doing? Why are we massacring my boy? To my own, I was there. Yeah, I'm telling everyone else. So they have context. Remember, my previous idea was that we were either going to get Darkness Galactica Oblivion or flipping the Ritual. But after we chatted, you're right. The only position that would fit is Lord of Galactica. We're at the point in the story, it would be the second Go Rush for Maximum. I mean, it depends what they're planning to do, right? We've just got Vocalized Phoenix. So that's already a Go Rush era Maximum that's just kind of been thrown out. What concerns me is, I really want, like, Phaser to come out and all of his Sea Serpent cards. But if we are going by character release, we would expect, what, Rovian, then the Lug, then maybe Phaser. And that's, again, if we skip a couple, right? Those are, like, the big characters to come out from Go Rush. But based on the cadence that we're releasing characters, that means we wouldn't get Phaser for so long. Like, maybe not even 2026. Like, maybe Phaser is 2027. And I'm like, I don't want to wait for 2027 to get the Sea Serpents, guys. Come on, what are we doing here? I just played Vocalize on ladder, summoned maximum turn 1 and 3. My opponent just shit on me. I mean, that will happen. The biggest issue with a maximum deck is you've put all your eggs in one basket. And if that basket breaks, you lose. That's why you have to play a whole bunch of trap cards to try and protect you, right? And if you don't draw the traps, well, just get lucky, I guess. I don't know. Constantly making the max... plus the negative downsides of playing match, you don't do much on the opponent's turn, and you need too many cards. Give me fish. So when you say fish, are you saying you want Fortress Whale, or are you saying you want like the fish fusion stuff? Because I mean, I like both of those personally. I mean, guys, it's only deck builds we get, so we yeah. Bro, I'm so done with deck builds. But again, Konami has like trained me to be okay with a deck build, provided it is sandwiched between two mini boxes, right? If it's mini deck build, mini deck build, mini deck build, I'm fine, right? I have come to accept that is the way of the world, right? When it's deck build, that's when I'm like, Konami, what are we fucking doing here? We've got to stop this shit, okay? It's just so annoying. It's so annoying when you get double deck build back to back, right? Because it's like, I feel like I'm already being very, like, patient, right? I'm already being very understanding of, like, okay, I'm accepting that I'm getting taxed in a deck build every other month, right? That's fine. And then when they go and make it even worse than that, I'm like, what are we doing here, Konami? What are we actually doing? What? I don't know, man. Like, obviously, my ideal, mini box every month. We just get one mini every month till end of service. There's plenty of cards. We have the ability to do that. It would maybe take a little bit of extra work from Konami, and that is it. There would obviously be a bunch of fluff in there that no one gives a shit about, but that's every card game. There's always going to be a pile of cards no one cares about. That's fine. Just give us more cards, right? Alright, let's try and catch up with chat again after the rant. I think ban list, we should do something like Cirque, Nuvia, and Rainopolis to 3. That would hit Aqua lightly. And Rainopolis and Aqua to 3 would hit them lightly? I guess. It depends. Some builds are playing double rain. And that's where it gets funky. But I think for the most part, most people are only on 1. So if you put them both to 3, you're taking away a Nuvia. Are they on a limit 3 right now? I'm trying to think if Aqua's even on a limit 3. That would hit Aqua lightly and then a good hit to Heroes and to Music Princess. I mean, I would like Cirque to get hit for sure. Absolutely. But I think... because Hero then gets hit with... they're not able to play Starry Start anymore. Because I believe Starry Start is still limit 3. Let me have a look. Limit restricted. Yeah, Starry Start is still limit 3 at the moment. So... it kind of hurts them. But then again, do they need Starry Start? I guess they kind of do. I think it could work. I think that would be fine, personally. Maybe some unlimits, like the other maximums, some Dark Galaxy stuff, some Psychic. What maximums are still limited? The Worm is, maybe? Is the Worm even limited anymore? I need to check. Let's get a visual representation. It's just easier. Rush. So maximums that are still limited. Roaring, Vocalized Phoenix, Dynamix, Harpy Lady Sisters. I don't mind Harpy Lady Sisters staying on this list. Because, I mean, what is it even conflicting with right now? It's like, oh, you can't play Over Rush Storm with it. Whoop-de-doo. I also don't think Dynamix, like, matters too much right now, really. It's a weird... Like, it just doesn't... It's so irrelevant. I heckin' love an ocean-themed deck. We will never get more than 10 cards each month. And because the Lord of the Galactica debuted alongside with Phaser, we might not be getting it. More like 2028 for Phaser if we continue at the same pace. Hello, Cyclone Valley. Hello, hello. Both is good. So what options do we have for major Udius boss monsters? I mean, again, we have his maximum. We have the other Rhynac fusions, including his fusion with Seven's Road, which could come out. That could be quite fun. I mean, he's got a ritual monster that's not out yet. But, you know, it's still technically there. We really do need a lot more product more often. A lot. We need something that had a major role in the anime, so it would fit in with the World Championship title. I've seen Tomato's face losing hope when he tried to come up with an argument is gold. But Tomato, how about 4 deck builds in a row? No, we'll never hit 4. We did 3. We'll never hit 4. I'm calling it now. I'm putting my foot down. Not gonna lie, we need less anime decks. For Rush, that's kind of impossible. You don't play OCG Rush. Yeah, I don't because it sucks and I can't even have fun. What do you mean? Rush OCG is so much fun. It is so much fun. Rush OCG, in my opinion, is... Sometimes it's a little bit disheartening because Rush OCG, by comparison, is like a 10 out of 10 game. And then you play Duel Links, and I'm like, why am I playing this like watered down version? Which is like expected, right? Fundamentally, there are less cards, right? They deliberately. The game is meant to be a simpler version of the game, right? So it makes sense that it feels like it's watered down. But sometimes I'll play in a tournament for Rush OCG, and I'll be like, this is incredible. I love this so much. Limit 3, sometimes they play with Rush. Is that Serena in the chat? Oh my god, a deck build box that did nothing wrong. I'm so surprised, so shocked. I know. I did nothing. It definitely did something wrong. They're not really playing Limit 3, except some Overrush Lit Storm. So it would just be 1 field spell, 2 Nuvia. Instead of 3 Nuvia, 1 to 2 field spells. Harpy, Worm, Dino. OCG Rush is fun as hell. What do you mean? Phoenix, Dynamax needs to be limited. Definitely needs to be. If Dynamax was unlimited, tier 0 meta threat. This card would absolutely break absolutely everything. I tried 2-1 and got absolutely destroyed by Loving Angel because I didn't play competitively. Well, but that's you didn't play competitively, right? Like, what can you say? If you play against someone who's playing meta and you're not playing meta, you're going to lose. That's just how that works, right? For non-tier 0-3, if we did a deck build every month of 10 new cards, it would take us 4 years to get to half the current card pool. We could just do that. That's fine. We'll just go very slowly. We'll just snail's pace through the entire game. I thought he was talking about TCG, OCG, not Rush. I see. Yeah, super fun. It was pure misunderstanding. Add XQT and my life is yours. XQT... I don't know, man. Everyone really likes XQT. I don't like XQT. I don't want that. I don't know. It's one of those... I played through the XQT Tier 0 format, so I got, like, really sick of them, right? Like, when you're playing competitively, you're playing in a lot of tournaments, and it's just, oh, who am I against? XQT. Who am I against next round? XQT. Who am I against next round? XQT again. And that deck is just so much more powerful than, like, anything else you can be doing. It's so disheartening. And because I think I grinded tournaments during that time, it's really left a sour taste in my mouth of, like, God, I just hate these cards. Oh, they're just so annoying. It's kind of impossible to play Rush because people are too focused on giving support to a company who doesn't even care about their players. Pretty much everyone is against using fan-made simulators, which is the only real way to play it. I mean, you could still just play a fan-made simulator, right? Like, don't get me wrong, it sucks that you have to. Obviously, you'd rather not. But I appreciate the fact that people are making fan-made simulators and that I can play on them, right? Like, I'm very thankful to the people that are making them. Tomato, you understand the dino limits. What if we limit 1 Abyss Soldier, limit 2 Cornfall? Maybe. I don't know. I don't know how I feel about limit 1 Abyss Soldier. Because Abyss Soldier is really good, but you can only really play it in a very small number of decks. So already it's sort of in a weird spot where... Like, even in the future, you're still going to need to be playing water cards for it to be any good. I suppose there are a lot of generically good water cards that aren't out yet. But I don't know if they'll even see play in a bunch of other decks. It's a weird one. It's one I have to think about, I think. Add execute E and your life is mine. Yeah, fuck T0, EX. Give me Berry and Harpies. No, I also don't want those. Berry Fresh is a really weird deck. Berry is fine if you don't give us 3 shy. I'll get it up on screen so people don't know what I'm talking about, can actually see what it does. I wonder if I just type shy if it will just come up. There we go. If we don't get 3 of this, Berry is kind of fine. This, for me, is the problem card, right? So if you have a face-up Archetype monster on your field with 100 original attack other than this card, face-up monsters in your opponent's field lose 1500 attack and defense. Now this is a continuous effect, which means this is live during your turn and during your opponent's turn, so this is very annoying. Now the way this gets really annoying is if your opponent summons 2 copies of this card, and now all of your cards get minus 3000 attack and defense until one of them goes away. And it is very frustrating to play against. Very, very annoying. Yes, if Execute comes and gets tiered, Monarchs will rise up. I mean, yeah, absolutely could do. Execute cannot get a skill, they do too much free summoning and plussing. That's the thing, I tried to convince someone that they were horribly against it just because it was fan-made. I mean, I understand that opinion, right? Some people will be like, oh, it's not official, therefore it doesn't matter, it could get shut down at any point, so you don't want to invest anything into it, like by time or like emotion rather than money, because you can't really invest money into it. At the same time, for content creation, it can be a bit weird. And like the user interface is usually not particularly friendly, it usually doesn't have the bells and whistles, so I understand that perspective. But at the same time, I don't agree with it, right? I wish we had automatic sims in Vanguard. Yu-Gi-Oh fans are spoiled, I swear. I thought that Vang Pro was meant to be automatic. Is it not automatic then? Is it like Area, where like it automates like a couple of bits, but fundamentally it's just not? Stops playing them Pog. That might be too much. Abyss mandatory for the deck. Or do you think they should have 7 draw cards? 7 draw cards is fine, man. Let's just let them have 7. It's fine. I'm glad there's fan-made simulators. I can't play IRTCGs because there's no locals around me, and I don't want to play Master Duel format. I'm in a similar boat. If I wanted to play locals, I have locals I could go to, but I have to travel like an hour to get there. So like, I've got to leave an hour earlier and then, you know, get home an hour later, which is like, that's fine. Because I used to travel around the country. I used to travel around, like, wherever I was going, it would take like 2 hours to get there. And then, you know, 2 hours home. And that was fine when I was younger. And I had more free time. But now I'm like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to travel for 4 hours. It's not very fun. Yeah, they can still play it, just no Pog. The problem card shows a little girl. It is a problem. They have 3 Cure to draw, 3 Cornfall, and Pog. Too much wrong consistency. Yeah, but how many lists are playing all 7 of those cards? Let's be honest here, right? Do we not think it's a little bit disingenuous to be like every like top tier list is doing exactly that? I don't know. It's a weird one. I have bad news to tell you. But Tomato, hear me out. Then we get Dark Hole and Dark Galaxy Rises. I mean, Dark Hole, if it's not like stuck to a skill, like in the same way that Full Custom is stuck to a skill, everyone's just gonna play it. Like, even if it's limit 1, I think people are still just gonna play it. I don't know, man. How about new decks, lol? We can't get new decks if we only get deck builds. What do you mean? We just got 2 new decks. They're just not super meta relevant, right? Like if we jump back here, not there. Get away from that. And we'll close that. What? Look at that, the new deck. He's right there. There he is. He's a bird. He's a big bird. He's KFC. He's right there. Now, if we're asking for new decks that are really good, that's a different. That's asking for a different thing, right? A different thing entirely. Guess who's back? Yeah, tomorrow it is. It's the Sith Lord of Yu-Gi-Oh! MBT. You say guess who's back? The Sith Lord of Yu-Gi-Oh! My first thought was MBT. Thank you for the follow, by the way, Elite. Welcome, welcome. 2 new decks can't play without 3 other boxes. It's still a new deck. We can't suddenly move the goalpost, right? We asked for new decks. We just got 2 new decks. Now, you could again, stretch that very thin and be like, Pyro is already a deck, so that doesn't count as a new deck. And, oh, we already had some Monarch cards that were played with Blue Eyes like a year ago, so that also doesn't count as a new deck. But then that's just semantics. We're just arguing semantics. And if you're going to argue semantics, get out. I don't know what MBT stands for. Mono Blue Tron. How do you not know MBT? How can you call it a deck build box if you can't even build a deck with the box? It's just how it's named. I don't think it really, like, fundamentally matters. Yeah, it doesn't. Tomato, I'll argue with you. I mean, you can argue. I don't have to argue back. Alright. With that all done, let's hop over to the next bit. KC Cup. KC Cup's going on right now. Alright, I have the same pet peeve with the KC Cup every time it's on. So, I generally approach KC Cups in two different ways. I will either go into them and meet them at face value, right? I'll play my deck. I will jump into it. I will try and max. I'll have fun doing it. I'll get to play against a bunch of different people. When you get up to like the 18, 19 kind of levels, everyone starts playing like super degenerate shit, and it's not very fun. But I'll just have fun doing it. Then there is the KC Cups when I'm busy, when I'm not looking to engage with them, where what I am there to do is to get my daily gems and then leave, right? Because it's like, oh, I've got time to just like play a few games, right? There are people in low ranks of KC Cup, and they do this every time. They will have lethal on the board, and they will just not kill you. And I don't understand it. I do not get it. They will just like, they'll try and like keep you captive in the game. And it's like, bro, I've passed the turn. Just kill me. You get to save some time. I get to save some time. You get some rewards. I get some rewards. We can go our separate way. But there are some people that for some reason, they'll be like, I've made a really good board with my dogshit deck. And now I'm not going to let you leave. I'm not going to kill you. I'm just going to sit here and wait until you make a play. And it's like, bro, just do it. They're scared. I'll have nothing on the board. My board will be completely empty. They will have like 12,000 damage on the field. And they just won't attack, right? It's not about being scared. It's just a really weird situation. It's so weird. I don't even understand what it stood for. MBT is a YouTuber called MBT Yu-Gi-Oh! MBT stands for Mono Blue Tron. Mono Blue is a reference to Magic the Gathering, where there is the color blue. And the deck type is Mono Blue because you just play blue. I hope that helped out. I just been playing FTK for dailies in case it... So I was thinking about building the self-TK, but I was like, that is more effort than I'm willing to put in. So I've just been like, Is that the branded Links Cup? I have primarily, again, because again, I'm at low ranks, right? I'm like level 9 or something in the KC Cup at the moment. Because I'm just like, I've been super busy, so I've just been like passing games basically. And what I run into the most is like Dark Magician. It's like Dark Magician and Red Eyes players. It's like, that's the kind of caliber we're talking about here. Generally suffer through Duelist Cup and Master Duel rather than KC Cup. Bro, I cannot express the rage I get when I go into a game, past turn, no cards on board with no skill, and I'm obviously not playing, and they just start spinning. I don't mind if they spin, right? If they're having fun doing their solitaire turn, that's fine. But what bothers me is when they have lethal and they refuse to take it. I'm like, just kill me. Just kill me. Just do this. You're getting nothing from this. The only thing I can think of is it's an ego thing, right? Where they're like, it's some like absolute degen who never wins anything because they're stuck in like low rank, but they're trying to play the game. That like half the time they don't even have a skill, right? So they're so awful at the game, they never get to win. So finally, they're like, I'm gonna win a game, and they need to hold on to that feeling as tightly as they can. And I'm like, bro, just kill me. Just do it. Stop trying to kill me and kill me. It's a weird one. That's why you're scared of the sneaking Mirror Force. Dual level max is fair. Ooh, Magic the Gathering. I like Magic the Gathering. Magic the Gathering is cool. I've got some Magic the Gathering right here. I play Magic the Gathering. Look. There's my Magic the Gathering. This is... Right, let me put it on the other screen. Ooh. There's my boy. Oh, oh, is he gonna focus? Is he gonna? He's thinking about it. There he is. Mightiest Calgar. It's one of those things as well. Magic the Gathering's having a really weird, like, Universes Beyond problem where they keep putting other IPs into their game. I personally, I don't really like it, but at the same time, I'm like, I want a Warhammer 40,000 Magic the Gathering deck, so I'm going to buy a Warhammer 40,000 Magic the Gathering deck. So, although I dislike the practice, I am part of the issue, and I understand that. I've seen everything but branded, to be honest. If you play Zudek FTK, you can literally get max really quickly. The thing is, I'm not, like, looking to max, right? Also, I haven't actually done a shout out to Shui yet, because I'm a really bad streamer. Exclamation mark Shui in the chat. There we go. I'm not, like, super eager to max. I haven't, like, had the time to, right? So I've basically been, like, I'll be getting ready in the morning, right? I'll be, like, in the bathroom, like, brushing my teeth, and just being, like, pass turn, right? Like, just trying to get through the games as quickly as possible. And then some people will just, like, keep me hostage. And I'm like, fuck you. It's more Red Eyes than I've actually faced, which is just 3 wins. Fortnite card game. It literally is Fortnite card game. It is actually Fortnite card game. What do I have here? That's not helpful. One sec. Got my box. Is Cloud ex-soldier? You know, Final Fantasy VII representation? If it will come into focus? Is it feeling it? You feeling it, camera? You wanna focus on Cloud? Oh, there it is. There it is. Yeah, this Magic the Gathering is literally becoming like a really weird amalgamation of different IPs now. It's so weird. It is so strange. But, you know, that's just the game now, I guess. I sent you the deck I use for everything speed. Let's have a look. Let's see what Manicist is playing. Jesus Christ. That is... I'm going to chuck this on stream. That is certainly a deck. So this is your auto-duel deck that I guess just uses... Invocation to go into... I love Super Warlion is here, by the way. Like, bro is just like... Yeah, I'm here too. Don't worry about it. I don't know why he's here, but... Are you going to play KC? I will play KC, but not on stream, right? That's kind of the thing. I've been so unbelievably busy that I haven't had any chance to play it. I will probably play it in my downtime over the next couple of days, but I'm not planning to stream it. If people do as you say and pass with lethal, I just take it back. What do you mean take it back? I have faced against the guy who shot at me with Vocalize, and I was on like Galaxy and ruined their COG win streak. Like Galaxy is still a war crime. Like Galaxy is still like fine, right? The issue is it's just not as good as the other decks. The deck still like functions. I'm like, I don't have Kiteroid, just attack me. Exactly. Well, the other thing is, half the time they'll have a board that plays through Kiteroid, and they'll still just not do it. Because it's not about, oh, I'm worried about not winning. It's about something else. It's like a weird ego thing. What deck you going to use, bro? So I have a full branded Despia deck. So like, if I want to win, I could just play that. But I'm probably just going to mash dinos. Because one, dinos are a bit easier. I don't have to think as much. And I enjoy playing them. The deck is just really fun still. Like, I don't know. I thought I would like Despia more. Because I like branded Despia. But like the version of it that we have in Duel Links just doesn't do it for me. I don't know, man. I don't like Tax Dragon, like at all, personally. At least not in Duel Links. Double casted Caster Turbo. The 2 ritual attacks just have to equal over 4,000 for life points. Read double casted caster. What's a double casted caster? Let's have a look. Let's get it up for Manicist. Double casted. This thing. Gains attack equal to the combined original attack of any ritual, fusion, synchro, Xyz, or link monsters used as fusion material for this card. This card can attack directly. If this card is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can target one of your non-effect monsters that is banished in your graveyard, special summon it. Yep. I've actually seen this card a couple of times. Usually not in a very good deck. If they ever do Dragon Quest, Warhammer Age of Sigmar, or One Piece, I might actually get those Magic the Gathering cards low, but for now I don't really feel like it. I mean, that's the thing. I have a friend group that plays Magic the Gathering. Right? So because I have people I can go and play with, this is, to me, is like a solid investment. Like, as just a collection, I have no interest in these. But as I'm going to actively use these and play with my friends, I'm like, yeah, absolutely, this is a worthwhile investment for me, right? The AI uses it well. It's a simple, very quick auto-duel deck. I mean, that's great then. I mean, my auto-duel deck is Sous Ships, so I just Sous Ship everything to death. All right, let's get on to the OCG stuff, shall we? So, now this is going all the way back to the 5th of February. We're going all the way back, because it's been a while since we streamed. This card is now, I believe, printed. This is out. This is a card that is just out now. And this is Void Alpha Heavenstar. Also, I'm just saying, this art goes so hard. It goes so unbelievably hard. But yeah, we'll talk about this. So, this card is really good. It used to be absolutely dog shit. Its anime effect was doo-doo. Absolute doo-doo. This card, though, actually not bad. Level 7. That's good. 7's a good number. We like that because we can use, like, Ship of the Seven Treasures. 2400 attack. Ugh. We don't like that. But we're going to fuse this off almost every time, so it shouldn't matter. If there are 10 or more cards in your deck, shuffle one card from your graveyard back into the deck. That's good, right? So any card means we can recycle spells, traps, legends. We can recycle whatever we want. Absolutely fantastic. Choose one card in your hand to send to the graveyard. Okay, that's bad. We don't like discarding cards. Then you can draw one card. Okay, we've replaced the card we discarded. We haven't plussed, but we've gone even. That's good. And then if we drew, we can also choose a Micronova Fusion in your graveyard and add it to the hand. So now we're plussing. So this card just pluses you, and then you get to grab the card specifically that you can then use to fuse it off into something else. So this card is fantastic. This is just a good boss monster. Now, in a vacuum, it's not going to be great. You do need to have Micronova Fusion in the graveyard for it to really be super useful. But even if you don't, you can still just recycle a card and then discard draw, which is still fine, right? Like, it's not the best. Cycling on its own for the sake of cycling is generally not fantastic, but it's fine, right? Void Alpha, I play Rainbow Neos plus Dragoon Turbo for my auto. Dragoon Turbo, I would imagine, being pretty good. In my second account, in my Rush, my spare Rush account, I have... Basically, I got the Recruiter bonus thing, so I got, like, all the Elemental Hero stuff, and I just chucked, like, Red Eyes Fusion in there, so I can just make a Red Eyes Dragoon, just occasionally if I just open that card. Actually usable compared to the anime, all main deck got buffs, extra deck, mini nerfs. Plus some new cards. Void Alpha is so good, so much potential. I think Void Alpha, at the moment, is a bit underwhelming. I think the deck is strong to an extent, where it can still do some like really silly plays. But I think if I was to place it in the current meta, I don't think it's like super competitive. But I think this is the foundation for a ridiculously good deck, right? I think genuinely... this will be really, really good when we get the rest of the extra deck monsters. Just right now, it's just like a little bit underwhelming. That's how I kind of look at it right now. I love the Void outfit, and I love the Fortress Well stuff. Save the pack. Last Call Chainverse was a mistake, though. Just giving every deck 3 free Graceful Charity is not a good idea. I mean, that's fair. That's absolutely fair. But yeah, this card's good. This is the, you know, the heart of the archetype, so it's really important that it is good. Then we have the Void Alpha sneak in a little early. So, we have Void Alpha Voya Strider. So, level 1, Water Galaxy Effect Monster. If there are 10 or more cards in your deck, send an Earth, Water, Fire, or Wind Galaxy Monster from your hand to the graveyard, or shuffle 4 non-level 1 Galaxy Monsters from your graveyard to the deck to draw a card. So, if you can get the shuffle effect, this is incredible. Because it's just a 3+1. You just summon it out, 3+1, hunky-dory. No negative at all. So this card's just good. The only issue with it is it has really bad stats. So if your opponent can change its battle position or pierce over it, and you just have a kind of nothing turn going on, you might get hit for a ridiculous amount. But other than that, this card's just good. Then we have... Right, how do we pronounce this card, guys? Booperstruv? 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 Struve? I don't know. How anyone got any idea? Can anyone write phonetically how they would pronounce this card? Because I don't know. Ibuprofen. Yeah, Void Alpha Ibuprofen. We'll just get that one. But anyway, we can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. This card's name becomes Heaven Star for the rest of the turn, so fusion material. Then you could choose up to 2 Micronova in your graveyard and add them to the hand. After this effect is activated, you cannot activate the effect of monsters until the end of the turn, except Galaxy monsters. So that's fine, just locks you into your own type anyways, whatever. Boo Pest Roof. Maybe. There we go. This card is Tamamushi, Jewel Beetle, or... Booprestid plus Struve. So Boo... this hasn't helped me at all. Alright, Mantistar. So level 4. If there are 3 attributes among the face-up monsters on your field or Micronova is in your graveyard, choose one non-level 4 Earth, Water, Fire, or Wind effect Galaxy monster in your graveyard and add it to your hand. Then you can choose a Micronova in the graveyard and add it to your hand. So... this is just really good. This is just a +2. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, some of these cards are just written really well. Like, it's just good. Boo Pest Roof, I think is right. I see. Boo Pressed Roof. Well, I don't think it's going to matter too much, but you never know. So then we have Antrometer. So if there are 3 or more Galaxy monsters in your graveyard, you can normal summon this card with that attribute. Send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. During this turn, if you attribute summon a Galaxy monster in attack position, you could treat this face-up card as 2 tributes. Also, you can choose 1 Void Alpha Heaven Star in your graveyard and add to the hand. So, we can summon it with that attribute. That's fine. That's whatever, right? If we don't get that summon with that attribute, it's a bit yikes, but for the most part, that should be live most of the time. We mill a card. That's good. We like milling. Then it can be treated as 2 tributes for the tribute summon of a monster. That's good. That's basically like a +1 if you kind of squint at it. And we also get a +1 on top of that. So this card is just good. It's just good. It's just all around good. There is nothing bad to say about this card. Like, the worst thing is it's level 5. But its own effect gets around that, so it's whatever, right? We already know Heaven Star. We've already read it. So then we get into the fusions. So this is Star Stripe. So level 9, 3000 attack. Made using Heaven Star and any wind monster. During the main phase, this card was fusion summoned. Shuffle 1 level 7 or lower wind monster from your graveyard into the deck. This card gains 500 attack times the level of the monster returned by this effect. So, if we send back a 7, it gains 3500 attack, which makes it 6500 attack, which is pretty big. But monsters you control cannot attack for the rest of the turn except Galaxy monsters, which again is fine, because actually you should just be locking yourself into your own deck anyway. You can use this to tribute out Last Call 2. Basically, add back Heaven, summon Last Call, and fix the hand, which is kind of nuts, really. So then we have Mayfly. So this is Heaven Star and any water monster. So this is obviously, you know, what we're looking at. There's going to be, what, a fire one. There's going to be a earth one. And then I think there's a dark one as well. Gunkin Suship Shari subscribing with Prime. Thank you. Gunkin Suship Shari once again.
Shari just subscribed with Prime.
16 months in a row, by the way. 16 months. Jeez. Always appreciate it, Shari. Hope you're doing well. But yeah, we have Mayfly. So during the main phase, this card was fusion summoned. Shuffle 3 Galaxy monsters from your graveyard into the deck, including a water monster. Choose up to a total of 3 face-up level 8 or lower monsters or face-down monsters on your opponent's field. Return them to the owner's hand. You can only attack with 1 monster for the rest of this turn. So this is a weird one. You can get rid of most of your opponent's board, typically. But you can only attack with 1 monster. So, like, best case scenario, you get rid of their whole board and you smack them for 3,000. Which, like, is fine. It's not bad. By the way, the main OTK gimmick is using the Dark Galaxy to burn for 700, so identical. And make both the fusions, wipe their board, attack directly with the Wind Fusion boosted by a couple of Micronova. Yeah, because Micronova also burns, right? Little nerf with the last line, but still decent. So then we have Micronova. So this is the card that we can get back loads of times with our other cards. So send one card from your hand to the graveyard. That's bad. Choose one face-up monster in your field. Have it gain 800 attack to the end of the turn. That's good. You can then inflict 100 damage to your opponent times the number of different attributes in your graveyard. So that's going to be what? Between 400 and 600 most of the time. You get a little bit of burn, a little bit of extra damage, and you get to slap your opponent. Then there's Micronova Fusion. Fusion summon a monster whose materials specifically mention Void Alpha Heaven Star by sending monsters whose original type is Galaxy from your hand or field. So this is basically just polymerization. There's nothing crazy about this, but we can get this back with Heaven's Ward effect. Or what's it called? Heaven Stars effect. Which is pretty good, right? So, all in all, this deck's like... it is fine. I think this deck, though, will get better as we get more cards. I think this is a really good foundation. And... like, there are some decks that just have a really bad foundation, like the Fire Machine deck that we got. That I look at the foundation for that deck, and I'm like, this is Garbo. Like, we're going to need so much to make this good. And we just don't have it at the moment, right? Right, we should be hitting ads in a minute. So we'll try and get ready to anticipate the ads. So then we get Insect Tartarus. This card's just bad, I think. So when your opponent normal or special summons a monster, send the top 2 cards of it to the graveyard. Milling's good. Then you can make all face-up monsters on the field gain 100 attack times the number of Galaxy monsters with different attributes in your graveyard. So it's going to be like 400 to 600 again until the end of the turn. Also, you can choose a Micronova or Micronova Fusion in your graveyard to set to your spell trap zone. So most of what this is doing is fine, except the actual trap bit, right? You don't... just boosting your attack by a little bit is usually not very useful. So if this was a spell card, I'd be like, this is actually pretty good. Because this is a trap card, I'm like, nah. Extremely solid base, no actual bad card, and it just gets better with every single new card release. Yeah, I think if anything, this for me is the worst card. But like, it's not even bad. It's just, it's not, it's a bit slow because it's a trap, and it doesn't do what you want a trap to do. You're not flipping anything face down. You're not destroying anything. You're not returning anything. You're not giving any form of good protection. You're just getting a little bit of attack, which is like, kind of whatever. Ah, then we get cut through your opponent's deck with Chainsaw Insect. So everyone should know Chainsaw Insect from TCG. Oh, we are in the ads. Welcome back from the ads. Just had some water. So, Chainsaw Insect. When this card destroys a monster by battle and sends it to the graveyard, your opponent draws 1 card. I mean, is this gonna see play? I don't know. It's a weird one. Auto battle all-star? Exactly. The problem with 90% of archetypical traps is that they are outclassed by the generic traps, meaning no real reason to change your opponent's standard trap lineups at all. Yes. There are some that stand out and are really good, like the Sky Savior trap is good. I would make an argument that the Animagica trap is good. You start getting some weird ones after that, though. Like the Handy Lady trap is good. No, nobody gonna play this. Monarch could use this to help with the OTK. I personally think if this had 200 more attack, if this was 26, this would maybe see some niche play. I think 24 is just a little bit too low for it to be super relevant most of the time. Because the way you have to think about it is, what is the benefit of this card? It's 1 card from your hand, and you get a 24. That is the benefit. But if you just play, like, Miracle Fusion, if you play Battle Ballet, right? There are so many cards that are just 1 card get out a big thing that is better than this. Now, the downside with them is, okay, you need a little bit of setup. But, like, it's Rush. You just mill like crazy into the graveyard. Like, setting up is not difficult with Rush. So, kind of mid. Not really much more to say about it. And speaking of mid, here is the Jar of Greed. Now, is this not a legend? Was this not meant to be a legend? Was this not teased as a legend? Have I gone crazy? I swear this was teased as a legend, but this does not appear to be a legend. Okay. So when your opponent normal summons a monster or when you draw during your turn, draw 1 card. There is not really a reason to play this card at all that I can think of. Outside of certain strategies, the only legend monster being used is Card Trooper. Well, I would say Caius is seeing some play as well. Usually a lot of like side deck stuff. You can draw 6 in your turn. Fantastic. It's a weird one. Like, effectively, what you're doing is you're saying, I will have less power this turn in exchange for more power next turn. But you do the same thing just by setting any spell trap. It's just kind of bad. I want to say just for fun, we had a Digimon Time Stranger news drop mid-tomato stream. I'm not joking. I mean, is it anything actually relevant? Or is it like the smallest, most insignificant thing of all time? But yeah, Jar of Greed is... It's neat that it's here. So we've already obviously had that one. But we have our new spell card. I thought this was going to be a legend as well. Maybe I'm just tripping. A Dust Tornado, set it from the hand, and you have Shady set, and they don't trigger it. It seems like so many hoops. We have the Shallow Grave. If there are 2 or less monsters on your opponent's field, so they have to have room, and there is a monster in your opponent's graveyard, choose 1 monster in your graveyard, special summon it to your field in face down defense, then your opponent chooses 1 monster in their graveyard and special summons it to their field in face down defense. I'm trying to think of the really good use cases for this. You could, like, if your opponent... Alright, let's assume this came to Duel Links, right? If you're playing, like, Chrysaor, maybe you, like... Your opponent is only playing 1 monster in defense, so you play this to force them onto 2 monsters. That could be cute, I guess. It's big considering it confirms we're getting the final Omnimon that isn't in-game yet is coming, and everyone's favourite TCG Digimon is also coming. So it's like a really small DLC, like all of the other ones, that's going to be mostly irrelevant, I assume. My first thought, Dark Matter. Ooh. So give your opponent... So you get more face downs for you. Doing that triggers your effects. So like Dark Matter Dragon can get its double pop easier. And because your opponent has face down cards, you can pop face down cards. Yeah, I mean, this definitely does seem like it would be pretty good in Dark Matter. I don't know if you'll have room for it, is the issue. It's the final DLC, so it's big. That doesn't mean anything, though, Victor. Realistically, all of the DLC we've had for Digimon Time Stranger has been tiny and mostly irrelevant. It is literally just for, like, the hyper fans that just want every little bit of extra they can get. And that's fine. That's great. It's just not super exciting for the average player, in my opinion. Oh my, is that Mr. Tomato? It's good to see you. Hello, Sakadetsu. Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good time. Yeah, we had to take a week off, but now we're back. Now we are back. So we have Lovely Connect. Send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard. Then you can choose 1 Dark Fairy monster with 0 attack in your graveyard, add it to the hand. If there is a face-up Light Fairy monster with 0 attack and 0 defense on your field, you can choose 1 face-down card on your opponent's field and place it at the bottom of the owner's deck. So this is actually pretty good. Any face-down card, I mean, you can do a back row or a face-down defense position monster. It mills. It replaces itself. It's just good. This is just a good card. Now, it's a little bit finicky, but if you're playing the Love deck, you should be able to meet all of these conditions quite easily. I just finished dinner, so I jump in. Well, it was always a pleasure to see you, Sak. Always a pleasure. So then we have the alternate artworks for Overforce of the Abyss. So there's not much to say about these, but we're getting like some alt arts, which is cool. Is there any here that like really stand out as being awesome? What is the difference here? Like, its head is glowing? Oh, its horn is glowing, and there's like the light coming off of it. Is that it? I think that's kind of it. It's like glowy horn versus non-glowy horn. This is a big one. You either get the sarcophagus, or you get the sarcophagus with Yorishiro next to it. I mean, insect support, I guess. I mean, yeah, it's the delirium stuff is nice. So then we have Yorishiro. What's the difference between these? teeth and biting into an apple versus open mouth, no apple in hand. Okay. Then we have the deity. Smiling with apples and not smiling, no apples, I guess is the difference there. So would you rather have apple god, apple happy god, or like, I don't know, serene god? I don't even know where we're going with this. Then we have post-stellar shower Princess Cosmos. So she's, what, washing her hair and the planets are coming out of it? So she's in a completely different outfit. She's in a kimono here. What am I looking at? Oh, this is a hair dryer. It's a giant galactic hair dryer. Of course it is. Of course it is. They're putting out more OCG cards monthly. We're getting Duel Links over 4 months. I mean, yeah. OCG puts out so many cards, like, so quickly. Finally get the Apple rarity cards. Exactly, it's true. Where's Apple Tree at? Other outfit and open eyes, the face expression. You've got the closed eyes, and over here we've got, like, the open eyes happy face. This card summons Elastical for free, meaning free charities. Don't worry about that, that's fine, that's fine. Then we get Mad Rare. We get, like, Insano Face. Where we've got, like, the sharp teeth going on and everything. Or we've got, like, Seductive Face upside down version. And then there's this one. So this is Last Cool Chainverse, the card that Manicist has been talking about. This art looks awesome. This art looks better. I love these like, what are they called? What are the black rares called? They look so good. Like, they all look so good. It's like, I don't know. The only thing that annoys me about this rarity is it looks like it's a different type of card, right? If I see, like, a completely black card, I'm like, okay, this is like, you know, it's an Xyz, or it's a spell card, or it's a trap. It's a different type of card. So, like, it looks awesome, but also I'm like, now we've kind of taken black away as a color we can use in Rush without making things super awkward. Overrush rare black, that's it. Now, this looks like a magic card. I mean, kind of. Isn't it crazy that even at the speed of light, it would take hundreds of millions of light years for us to get to the nearest galaxy? We'll just go faster than the speed of light, right? Easy. Easy peasy, mate. Just break the laws of physics. We don't need to worry about those. They're outdated anyway. So here we have artwork reveals for Overrush Pack 4. So we're getting Alsa. Alright, what do you guys think about the Charmers? I've never been a big Charmer guy. I think the Charmers are like, they're fine. I got nothing against the Charmers, right? I'm not like, oh, I hate the Charmers. We've got to get rid of all of them. But I'm also like, not super excited about them. I don't look at the Charmers and go, man, I can't wait to play this deck. Maybe when I see the effects, I'll be like, yeah, this is going to be cool. But like, just like little elemental girls just does nothing for me at all, like aesthetically. The artwork looks great, right? The artwork looks fantastic in these cards. But like, again, I don't know. Their effects typically are just like attribute effects, and they like to yoink your opponent's stuff. So I'm curious to see what they'll actually do in Duel Links. It changes the attribute level and text background back to XE back though. XEs wouldn't do that, so keep it open for XEs to come. I don't want XEs in Rush at all. Like, straight up. I think if you put XEs into Rush, you're now just trying to turn Rush into TCG Lite. And I don't think it should be that. I don't want any more mechanics. Again, this is just my personal opinion, and this isn't like a deal breaker. If we got Synchros and XEs in Rush, I wouldn't like quit Rush, right? I wouldn't care that much about it. But I think Ritual is the last mechanic I want to see imported. Like, maybe you could do like continuous effects. Maybe you could do counter traps, like that sort of thing. But I don't want Synchro, I don't want XEs, I don't want Pendulum, I don't want Link, right? Those are the things I don't really want in Rush, personally. Rush getting Charmers? Yes, Rush is getting Charmers. Yo, Charmers. Wormholes is the answer. is Wholesome Girls. I was never a big Charmer fan, but they could be fun in Rush, so disappointed they get all 4s in the new rarity slot. In Duel Links, as a Charmer player in Duel Links, I can told you this deck does nothing. You go -1 for the skill, that can be a pop, and then you cry. That sounds like most bad skills in Duel Links, to be fair. Cool, and Rush will get completely new effects, so we don't know that. Exactly, we'll wait and see, we have 3 slots for monsters on field. You steal, you'll need 1 open, so you can only play 2 on board max. Gamba against the opponent's deck attributes. This deck is going to flop hard. I mean, again, it will get a retrain, right? The cards might work very differently to how they do in TCG. They might work like astronomically. Because I think a lot of people are like, okay, they're going to rework it, but it's still going to do the same sort of thing. I mean, it could, but they could also make them completely different cards if they wanted. They could also give them like just a whole bunch of support to make them like really good as well. But again, I think the art on these cards is great, right? These cards look amazing. I just don't like Charmers, so it's like it's hard to get excited for them. Let's put it that way. And then you get this Mad Fiend of Despair. Now this is my kind of aesthetic. Let's look at that. Look at that. This thing is so over-designed. It's almost a visual mess. There is so much chaos here, and that is by design. And I love it. I love this sort of design. It looks so ridiculous that I just want more of it. What's wrong with Synchros and Rush? I think if you do Synchros, you're now basically saying that we're going to do everything else. I don't think they would release Synchros without releasing everything else. I think out of all of them, realistically, all the mechanics are fine. I don't dislike Synchros. I don't dislike XEs. I don't dislike Pendulums. I sort of dislike Links a little bit, but that's for like a completely different reason. But like those 3 I don't mind. But I think if you give us Synchros, to me that is a telegraph that we're going to do XEs and Pendulum and Link. So like that's why I don't want it, because I don't want all of those different mechanics in. They're just Synchros. We need Rush exclusive stuff. I think importing the other mechanics is fine, but once per turn, I assume? Once per turn interactions, no quick effects mostly. Yeah, quick effects I think definitely we don't want at all. That's why I also don't really want flip monsters, even though some people like we really want flip monsters. I've never seen Charmers as anything other than generic attribute support, rather than a cohesive deck. I never played when Charmers got their structure, so I don't know how good that Charmers structure deck was if it was remotely good. No heater tummy on the new arts, 0 out of 10. Feels bad. I would, exactly. They'll have to make it so that you tribute them, take control of a monster, same attribute on their board. Pendulums and Rush. Again, I wouldn't... Again, it's not a deal breaker for me. I like Pendulums to an extent. I played Dynamist. I think Dynamist is a cool deck. I like the idea of like Pepe. I think Pendulum Magicians is like a cool idea. Would I be like super excited to play that in Rush? Not especially. Would I play it and probably enjoy it? Yeah, I'd probably enjoy playing a Pendulum deck in Rush. But hello, Lady Jasmine. Welcome, welcome. I could draw that. The 2 existing cards are meh, but how... But now it becomes a theme, so maybe it gets good. The last card sounds like this would be a ritual deck now. I mean, I like my ritual decks. I think they're fun. We don't need Pendulum and Rush. We have Infinity normal summons. Yeah, but you could have it so that your extra deck, your face-up extra deck, is like an extra hand, right? That's the way you have to think about it. So, although, like you're saying, Pendulum summoning from the hand is not very helpful, Pendulum summoning from the extra deck could be really helpful, right? That Charmer structure deck is one of the worst structure decks in all of Yu-Gi-Oh! I don't know. I played the Earth structure deck back in the day. And the Wind one with, like, what was it? Garuda the Wind Spirit on the front or whatever. Those were pretty bad. Sulphur Cord and Pen Magicians are really cool. There you go, then. The best stuff in Charmer deck is Horus. They could just keep it like Genesis and try to coax in more players. I think they're trying to do that anyway. That's why they keep doing, like, retrains of old stuff. The only thing is... Like, I look at something like Super Warlion, and I see that, and I go, I like that reference. I like Super Warlion. Super Warlion is a cool card. I don't think the average TCG player is looking at Super Warlion and going, wow, Super Warlion, I remember that card from I don't know, Forbidden Memories or some shit. Most people play TCG probably never owned a Super Warline. Most people play TCG probably have no idea what a Warline is. So it's like, it's interesting how they're choosing to do it. I agree. I maybe pick Pen Magicians for today's locals. There you go. But yeah, I think Mad Fiend of Despair, this card looks awesome. And then this is what? This is the End, the Mad Fiend Deity of Despair. This is Dead Core of the Mad Fiend of Despair. I mean, there's not a lot going on here, but this looks fine. This looks like the most generic, like, fantasy, isekai problem in the forest you have to go deal with, right? It's kind of whatever. Then we have Bad End of the Mad Fiend of Despair. Look at how beautiful this card is. This is grotesque, but like in such a pleasant way. I love everything about this card. He's got wings that have teeth, right? He's got like a wing going back and he's got teeth going all the way up it. It is insanity and I love it so, so much. People like Voiceless Voice? I mean, Voiceless Voice... I mean, the thing to remember is, there will never be a archetype that has no love whatsoever. There will always be people that will play any kind of deck, right? But I personally, I think this looks amazing. Like, I love this. This art is so good. And then you get this. The Rite of Despair. Yep. This is probably the weirdest looking card out of all of these. There's weird tentacles coming out the floor. And there are little tiny naked sludge men making a circle. Looks neat. They look like bestial Deep-Hater. I mean, kinda. This deck reminds me of old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Fantasy and Monsters, not Waifus and Version B. I love that. I love old school Yu-Gi-Oh! Designs. I mean, that's why I just have like piles of like old cards. Let me just find like, oh, King of Yami Makai. Look at how gross this guy is. Wait, we're going to go back to the other screen again. Look at how beautiful this old card is. Like, it's so ugly, but I love it. I love it so much. It'll focus in a minute. We're gonna believe in Camera Chin. Come on, Camera. We can do it. I believe in you. I believe in you, Camera. Be who you were meant to be. You can do it. You can do it, Camera. We're so close. We're so close to being in focus. But we're just not quite feeling it. Eh. Come on. I don't think it wants to. We'll just zoom in further. That will make things easier somehow. But yeah, this guy. I love some of these old school arts. Like, so much. So much. I would have killed for full Overrush rare of this theme, but no, all 4 slots go to the basic Charmers. The thing is, we might get more support in the next box, and they might give them there. So you can always hold out hope. The new Illusion TCG archetype. I don't know what the new Illusion type is, or the new Illusion archetype is, I should specify. Wood. Okay, part of my language. Why do they look like that? That one specific hero from One Punch Man. The one specific hero. That's the wrong place. There we go. We clicked on the wrong one there. I don't know what the one specific hero is from One Punch Man that we're talking about. I'm completely okay with getting demonetized on this, so feel free to time me out for about 5 minutes or 30 if you see so. But what? What have you done? What have you done that I need to worry about demonetizing you? Geroid is my go-to example. Oh, Dark Geroid. Dark Geroid is great. I have one somewhere, but I don't think I could like quickly grab one. When are we getting the Panic retrains? Oh, exactly. I even have in this pile of cards. Oh, there we go. Castle of Dark Illusions. You can see its flotation ring right there. You can see it on the card. I would love to get Panic cards as a retrain. I think that would be so good. I love all the old art so much. Why do they look like golden sperm? Don't worry about that. It's best just not to think about it. That guy definitely never forgets to floss. My favourite card was Sorcerer of the Doomed. Oh, I don't think I have one of those lying around, actually. But yeah, I'm very nostalgic for the old art. I think it looks incredible. Wish we had a good Illusion deck, to be honest. As far as I remember, and the news, the next back gonna have full Overrush rares, but only for anime themes. Ah. Do we even know what's in the next pack? I'm trying to think if we've had it revealed. I think we have, right? It was the hero stuff, right? It was heroes as well as... What else was in that pack? I've already completely forgotten. It's not a hero, it's a monster from the Monsters Association. It's called Platinum Sperm. So a no-no for this cool Mad Fiend theme. No, that's the name of the hero. It's literally called Golden Sperm. I see. Twitch asked me if I wanted to say that. Apparently it doesn't like the S word. I mean, it's what it is. I would not recommend searching it up on stream. Now, we'll just whack it up on stream easy peasy. Don't worry about that. Clearly, I do not know One Punch Man, sorry. I mean, that's fine. You don't have to... We don't expect people to be 100% accurate all the time. Also, this might be just me on this hill. I look to Rush more for retrains of older strategies, etc. I feel they have more impact in Rush. What do you mean by that? So you're talking about, like the moth stuff, right? That sort of thing. Because I like that stuff, even though a lot of other people don't. Like the Fortress World stuff as well. I'm like super in on that. Okay, I need to go. Thanks for stopping by, King John. Always a pleasure. But then we get to the Sky Saviors. Now, I have mixed feelings about this. I like Sky Saviors. When Sky Saviors first came out, they were really cool. I liked them. They got a bit floodgatey. They got a little bit floodgatey, if we'll be completely honest. Our hero, as full theme and Light Galaxy support with the new UDS, look alike boss monsters for the pack. So that's all we know at the moment is Rising Heroes and Light Galaxy. So that's not much to go on at the moment. So we're going to get Retrain X strategy. I'd want to see it more in Rush, as it'll actually do more. Oof, this doesn't not look good. This looks like fan art. I don't think this looks awful. I, though, do not think this is the best art I've seen, if I'm being completely honest. Then we have, what, Limlith, the Sky Savior Princess. Again, is it just me? Is this art a little bit lacking? I don't know what it is. Like, is it too zoomed in? There's something off about it. Because, like, she looks fine, right? There's nothing wrong with her. She looks cute. That's fine. But there's something wrong with the art, and I can't quite put my finger on it. Hello, we have leaks for Rush. Hello, Hunter. I mean, we're talking about the reveals for OCG at the moment. The leaks we haven't actually gotten to yet, but it's just like the Mystical House stuff. It's because we haven't streamed since they came out. 3 bad cards for Duel Links and tons for OCG. Yeah, framing is a bit meh. Yeah, it's weird. It's just like I'm not an artist, right? I'm not a big art person, so I find it difficult to articulate like what is wrong with it. But I know there's something wrong with it. What are they saving the sky from? Where's the Sky Slayer archetype? Coming soon. Coming soon. So this is Claymont, the Sky Savior Advisor. See, this also looks weird, but for a different reason. I don't know. Like, he feels like he's low resolution. But that might just be because I'm zoomed all the way in. Maybe if I do this. That looks fine, I think. Maybe a little bit empty. There's a little bit too much negative space going on, but it looks fine. And then we have Sky Savior Oath. I think this looks pretty good. We've got, what, Soliel at the top there. We've got Dunkus down there. Is that the one that got limited? I forget what she's called. I mean, obviously it's going to be some sort of spell card. But I'm looking forward to it. I like Sky Saviors. I think that the Mad Fiends of Despair look like they're going to be awesome. I just hope they're not dog shit. And then the Charmers, I'm like, yeah, Charmers are fine. I got nothing against the Charmers. I hope they're good. I hope they're cool. The perspectives are all a little off. Yeah, that's kind of how I was feeling. But yeah, I mean, art-wise, these all look great. These look fantastic. Then we have 3 new arts from Overrush Pack 4. So this is the place the Charmers return to. We can see all of their pets. It's what? Marmot, we got Petite Dragon, Firefox, and Gigabyte, I think it's called. Just all hanging out. That's a cute art. Then we have Peace Core of the Mad Fiend of Despair. Again, I don't know what's going on in this image. I think, for me, the tentacles are a little bit too gross. Like, out of everything in this archetype, I'm like, I don't like how, like, shiny those tentacles are. It's looking a bit creepy for me. Can you look at the older Mad Fiends and Sky Saviors afterwards? Yeah, we can have a look. Globule. I mean, kinda. Then we have Sky Savior Defense. There you go. This is what we're defending the sky from. Is this a card that I should recognize? Because I don't recognize the dragon. Oh, is this perspective? Are the other fairies, are they meant to be tiny? They're like little fairies that can like sit on your shoulder? I didn't realize that. I thought they were like human-sized people. So is it like sort of like a magical transformation where they'll like fly into you and then you do the fusion summon into the big fusion monsters? The Lovecraftian theme is pretty cool in my opinion. I might play this. I mean, yeah, I might play it. I'm definitely going to give it a go. I just hope it's not dog shit. So then we get some fan art. Not fan art, that's the wrong word. Concept art of some of these cards. So this is the new Noodle Ninja fusion. I think it looks awesome. Again, I'm excited for Noodle Ninjas. I mean, why wouldn't I be? I'm a Noodle Ninja main. Y'all know that. I think these cards look awesome. I love seeing the concept art. The concept art for these cards, I think, always looks so good. Then we get lovely Bereshit. I mean, again, it's just not my aesthetic. I'm sure a lot of people are really into like the waifu stuff. It's just not really for me. But if these cards are good, I'll play them for sure. Well, I think this card's already out, but you know, I'm not really a big fan of the love deck. Then we get the Yorishiro of Assyria and Assyria herself. Yeah, I mean, I think the deck is cool. I'm not a huge fan of the art, if I'm being completely honest. It's just not, again, it's not really my cup of tea. Then we have the new Delirium card, Tiga, with her alt art. Again, it's they're very waifu. They're very waifu. I'm not a big waifu guy, so it's just not really for me. But I like that it's there. Then we have Quaddy. Now, I know we've said we're not really a waifu guy, but Quaddy is a bit different. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Quaddy's looking good. Quaddy's looking good. This is good art. Let's just be honest. Okay, guys? Quaddy's looking good. Mad Fiends are my waifus. Real. That's all we need. We don't need to be blinded by waifus, okay? And then we have Mad Rare Amello, which is... God, there is so much going on in this art. There is so much just happening here. Also, apparently her arm comes off? Maybe? I'm trying to work out what's even going on in that, like, top left or top right. And this, yeah. Monuments to Art. I like the strategy. Not a big fan of the art. Maybe... What was that? Maybe I am on... Oh, on the other side. Right, I see. I think the deck is cool. It's just, it's too, like, Voltron-y. But other than that, like, I think mechanically it's a really cool deck. Is they take GM... I don't know what GMX is. Now, maybe I was wrong about waifus. But instead of dinosaurs, they turned into the reptiles. I mean, maybe? Obviously, she's like part gecko, it kind of looks like. And obviously, she has, like, the gecko, like, tongue as, like, a whip or something over here. Please blur out that weapon on the left. I will do no such thing. The theme existed years before MTX. The second card of the theme already, GMX. I don't know what GMX is. Goofy Lizard Fiend. For a serious bird girl. GMX take from Rush. I still don't know what GMX is. Can she save the 15% on my car insurance? I mean, probably. These faces as well, they go so hard. Like, so unbelievably expressive. We even get just a close-up on the whip. Short story, doctors turn themselves into dinosaurs. Ah, I see, okay. Is this meant to be Mad Rare Aquila? On the side here? Bruh, what happened? She's built like me. Cool whip. Exactly. I don't know, man. I completely missed this down here. Completely missed it. You wish. What do you mean? I got my abs. You can't really see them right now. I'm toned as well as I need to be. But with that done, that is all of the OCG stuff. Well, kind of. We have this still. So this is the Challenge Cup winning deck distribution. So this is the current meta in OCG. And as we can see, number one is... It says Rebel, but Rebel is Defiant Soul. So Defiant Soul, Spark Hearts, Emperor is Monarchs, Elemental Heroes, Gradius, Music Princess has managed to find its way up here. And then Fish has also found its way up here. I assume the Fish is Fortress Whale? But it could have just been anything. And then obviously here is the split. Obviously it's kind of first week, right? But it's interesting. Fish. It could be like the original 25. That's 25. The original Fusion Fish. It could just be that. But yeah, this is data from 25 tournaments in the second week. Fish Clan best name. I want to play this archetype. Well, maybe you should. Alright, let's descend the desk. I think it's time that we sit down. I'm down here, guys. You'll catch up, I'm sure. Fish, I'm playing a lot of the Fortress plus Fusion stuff at the moment. 1 hour, 56 minutes. I think Fortress WoW hasn't released yet. No, Tomato is gone. No, he's just gone down. He's just down here. The desk is slowly descending to meet me. Short Tomato. I mean, no one's ever called me short before, I'll tell you that much. Alright. So next up, we got the leaks. So, who's excited for driving snow? Anyone? Anyone looking forward to driving snow? You guys excited for it? It's gonna be a fun one. And we got Wasteland. And then Mystical Elf. Such a huge league. Oh man. Who is driving snow? So this is driving snow. When a trap card on your field is destroyed by an opponent's card effect, destroy one spell trap on either side of the field. I'm ready for Wasteland. I do not like driving in the snow. It is my worst experience. Just don't do it then. That's the trick. If it's snowing, just say, not today. Not today. Fairy Tale Snow got her license. Could you imagine? Yep, this looks like a 0 gem card. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do with this. Like, throw it into an event as part of, like, a lottery or something? Or... like, maybe you chuck this in the trader, but, like, most people probably just wouldn't even bother having it or grabbing it. I don't know. Either way, this card is going to do absolutely nothing. It's just kind of bad. Then we have Wasteland. So when this card is face up in the field zone, face up dinosaur, zombies, and rocks on the field, gain 200 attack and defense. So, I mean, this doesn't do anything. Dinosaurs are in such a horrible place that this is not going to help them remotely. Zombies are in an even worse place than dinosaurs somehow. And rock is kind of a joke type. I mean, what rock monsters do we even currently have? That's not how I want to put that. This is where I want it to be. Rock. Released. Alright, this is our rock archetype, guys. We got full Meteor Impact. And we got Stone Dragon. Holy crap, Wasteland. I can't wait to bring back my dinos. Driving Snow is definitely a main box chase card. Isn't this the art of the spell of a spell that's banned? Both of these are... This is like the same art. It's just like been modernized. But this is still the same art for the old Driving Snow. And Wasteland is again still the same art. Faster, I can see Mystical Elf. The only thing about this card that would be nice is potential Dino, Zombie, or Rock decks. They seem like ranked ticket cards, NR and SR. The thing is, they don't usually give out a bunch of ranked rewards all at once. Usually they do like a maximum of 2 at a time. So like, it's a bit of a weird one. Huge Boulders, sounds so nice. No Spectre, direct attack for 19, feels bad. Sounds like a solid core for the deck. Yeah, it's a bit of a weird one for sure. And then we got the last card, Mystical Elf. So this is a delicate elf that lacks offense, but has a terrific defense backed by magical power. So I actually have this card. Do I have it like easily accessible? Is the next question. I might not have it easily accessible. I'm trying to find it quickly, but I don't think I can find it quickly. Ah! Haha! We found it. And even better, this is actually a Rush version. It's not even the OG version. I do have the OG version as well. The TCG version. But we have the Rush version of this card. So, I do actually have like a little bit of sentimental like attachment to this card. Obviously because, you know, I own it. But, you know, I'm excited that this card's coming. It's not going to be good, but I'm excited that it's coming nonetheless. Why is she a legend card when Clayman have the same stats and he is not? So in the OCG, this card came out way before Clayman. Way before Clayman. So it's, at the time, this was the only 2000 defense monster that didn't require tribute. So that's why it was, like, a legend on release. But we've gotten it so late, and we got Clayman so early, that it's kind of thrown everything in a bit of a weird spot. We already have Clayman at home, though. Did she get an archetype around her? Like, no, she didn't get an archetype. What's her second effect to draw a card and then choose one of 2 others to draw? Well, she unfortunately doesn't get that. Because Clayman released 5 years later and the legend philosophy changed. Is she about to be Gaia Katenu Megami of treatment? I can spell it. I mean, there's a chance she could get something, but I doubt it. This card actually, unironically, did see a tiny amount of play, right? Not a lot, but it did see a bit of play when this card was absolutely everywhere. So Legend Strike, this card kind of warped the meta around itself for a little bit. So pay 300 life points, special summon a level 4 monster with 1600 less attack, or 1 Legend normal monster from your graveyard face up to your field. Then if you special summoned Legend Magician or a Legend normal monster with this effect, you can destroy a spell trap. So people played this in Celeb Rose, where they just needed to have an abundance of late spellcasters, and then played it a little bit like that. It's not very good. Most people didn't play this. Only a couple people tried it out, but it did see some play. It did see some tournament success. So there is that. Literally read 2 messages up. I listened to what Tomato just said. It would be Legendary Strike dubbed. I mean, yeah, because it's the Legendary archetype. Which is a shame. I kind of like Legend Strike. It's kind of... But again, I've played a bunch with this card as Legend Strike, so I'm kind of used to it. So I'll always probably end up preferring the Japanese names. That's just how it's going to go. But it's neat we're getting Mystical Elf. This card had to come out at some point. This was always a meme that I've been talking about for ages of like, when are we going to get Mystical Elf? When are we going to get Mystical Elf? Well, we're getting it soon, which is exciting. But with all that said, now it's time for us to talk a little bit about the meta, because we always do this every stream. We've got to take a look at the meta. So the meta has been coming along nicely. We've got what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 tournaments. 8 tournaments, I think, is a decent sample size. Now this is in red. Why is this in red? It's because this won the finals because the opponent got disqualified. So take it with a pinch of salt, but it still would have made second place either way, but we don't know if it would have won if it actually played. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say. Probably because the Western kids are not as smart. They probably didn't want people thinking all the cards were legend cards. I mean, it makes sense. Also looking at the already released Mad Fiends and Sky Saviors. Okay, we'll go do that quickly. We'll go and look at them quickly. Right. So Mad Fiend is just these two. There's not really a lot going on. So this is Dead End the Mad Fiend of Despair. So level 8, 2500 attack. Shuffle 4 monsters from your graveyard into the deck. Destroy 1 face-up level 8 or lower monster on the opponent's field. Then if you have 6 more monsters with the same attribute in your graveyard, which should probably be Dark, you can summon a level 7 or lower monster from your opponent's graveyard face-up to your field. So this card is a little bit awkward because it only works on level 8 or lower, which can be a bit rough. And also you need to have 10 Dark or 10 monsters in the graveyard. And 6 of them have to be the same attribute in order to get the second part of the effect. So it's a little bit wonky, but it's like fine, right? Then there's Deadline the Mad Fiend of Despair. During the turn that you normal summon this card, send this face-up card from the field to the graveyard, send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard, then you can special summon Dead End the Mad Fiend of Despair from your graveyard. So this is fine. We're milling, and if we have this set up in the graveyard already, we're good to just basically trade it into that. But these cards are like, they're fine. There's nothing like crazy, right? Mad Fiends already have great art. Yeah, I don't think they go as hard as the newer ones, but they're still pretty good. It is red because it's red boot. No, it's not. Right, and Sky Saviors. Alright, we're not going to go through absolutely all of these, but we'll take a look at the art really quick. So this is Altiera. Altiera is... I mean, we'll probably get like a zoom in on this because the art is a little bit hard to tell what's going on. So you can see this is our head. We got what, like a cannon going on here, like a gun. Where even are the arms? We've got one arm here. One arm going under here, I guess. Like holding this gun thing. It's not easy to tell what's going on. But this is the floodgate. This is your opponent cannot activate normal spell cards except fusion. Yeah, this is the one I'm not a big fan of. My favorite one out of all of these cards is this one. This is Druckmore. I think Druckmore looks awesome. Like, the face looks a bit silly. But like, bro, this has so much aura. Like, so much aura. Like, he looks sick. But he has the continuous effect. Face-up cards on your field cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. Which is just a nice little protection effect. Plays Ritual Spell. No, you're not allowed to play Ritual Spell. Then we have Dig Race. Dig Race looks almost the same as the new art that we just got shown off, right? So if we get this up. Like, it's a dude in Paladin armor. He's got the orange hair. He's got the big-ass sword, right? If we go back to... No, it's not this one. Like, it's the same guy. It's the same guy. So this is Digrashion the Sky Savior Rider Knight. Which is, like, there's so much going on in that title. But it's basically the same guy. Then there is Galflare, who looks... Yeah, Galflare looks okay. Then there's Nelkrita. This is one of the newer ones, made using Seer and Lure. Looks interesting. And then there's Solcier, who is, again, he's like fine. Again, I don't want to spend too much time because there's so many of these cards, but... Drunkmore. I mean, kinda. Alright. But this is our current meta, right? Music Princess, 33%. Aqua, 25%. High-Tech, 20.5%. And then everything else. So, another thing to take note of is that we separate all the D-Link builds. But, you know, theoretically, you could, like, add D-Link Blue Eyes to D-Link Radius and make this pie bigger, right? But it's like... At what point is Music Princess outstaying its welcome? If we go to last meta, Music Princess best deck. If we go to the meta before that, Music Princess second best deck. If we go to the meta before that, Music Princess second best deck. Music Princess has been around for so long. We've started to see Join Tech start to fall out a little bit. Like, even here, Music Princess was, like, competitive, just not as competitive as the rest, right? Like, Aqua is, again, it's starting to get there, right? Like, we had Aqua best deck. Then we had Aqua second best deck. And now we have Aqua still second best deck. At least High-Tech went away and came back, so that's kind of fine. Basically, the main deck, Warriors fused together with the little fairies to get their transformations. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, I don't know. I think, for me, this meta breakdown isn't awful. Right? From, like, a purely how healthy is the meta right now, this is, like, fine. This is fine. Obviously, it's better. Like, if anything, like, this meta has gotten a little bit worse than the Black Skull Showdown meta, but it's kind of whatever. This was also fine. This was bad, right? As long as we're not back to this, I'm kind of okay with everything as it is currently. But, like, we're getting there. And, like we say, Music Princess and Aqua are really starting to outstay their welcome. It's been, what, months at this point. And I think at this point, we're just kind of like... We could just get rid of them and everyone would be happier. Because what? Music Princess has won 4 tournaments. High-Tech has won 2. You could make an argument one of those has an asterisk next to it. But still, 2 tournaments is 2 tournament wins. Aqua with 2 wins as well. Top 4 performance, almost identical from Aqua and Music Princess. High-Tech is lagging behind a little bit. The one that I think's actually caught everyone by surprise is D-Linker. Seemed like it was going to be a really, really strong deck. And it was performing really well. But then the last 8 tournaments, it's just not really doing much. We've had, obviously, 2 make the top 4. But that's kind of it. Like, not even top 2. Which is a bit of a shame. And then when you take a look at the... Wait, one of these is incorrect. What is wrong with them? Something's gone wrong. Oh, I'll fix it my own time. It's fine. I dropped Linker after the win. Well, someone's got to be doing okay with it. Monarch isn't doing well. It's just struggling. We've seen, what, 1 Vocalized Phoenix make their way in. Which, again, is a bit of a shame. We were hoping to see more of that, but it is what it is. But I suppose moving on from that, we have, theoretically, we should have, next month, a new Rush box. We have a GRF coming. Usually, we get a box pre-GRF, right? If we were to try and match last year's, during the month of March, we got nothing, right? We got something in February, which was Blazing Chemicalization and Chivalrous Celerity. And then we got Infinite Grand Crush in April. So, we're not really following the same trajectory as last year. People straight up are not bringing it from what I'm looking at. Yeah, it's weird though, isn't it? Because why would no one bring it when... Like, why would people opt to just keep bringing Aqua and Music Princess, but not bring D-Linker? It's the same as Hero. Hero is a deck that hasn't really gotten any worse. It's still fine. It's still very good in this current meta. But people just stop playing it. And it's just interesting. Like, it's interesting to see these trends happening. But hello, by the way, Voltalon. Welcome, welcome. We should get a box and structure. Surely cope. I mean... There's a chance. We could even get another challenge deck. If they want to do another Gaia kind of situation. Like, never say never. It'll be interesting to see what we do get, though. Because I would expect... Because what was in Blazing Chemicalization? Let's have a look here. So Duel Links boxes. Now the question is, was Blazing Chemicalization... Yeah, this one. So this is the box we got. This was quite a big box. We got what? I mean, the Chemicalized stuff found a niche in being like an anti-Gaia. The Elemental Hero stuff did okay. Like, this stuff was, like, decent. More Gaia support. I mean, the rest of this... Heliacal Riser didn't really accomplish much. Sea King Graganus also did not accomplish much. This was kind of a throwaway box. Like, there was, like, a couple of very key cards in here. Obviously, Burst Wingman, Salamander. Cyber Rush was sort of relevant. Mini box plus structure deck plus bundles plus 1 to 2 new Go Rush characters, please. Joint Tech Raptor. Raptor is fine, but I don't think Raptor is like the be all end all. Like, it's obviously like a cool card, but if you didn't have Raptor, you could just replace it with something else. It's real weird to me too, because I personally don't consider Aqua to be top 2, but people really want to bring it over Hero or Linker. I don't know. Aqua's a weird one. I think Aqua does deserve a top tier spot, but I could easily see the argument for it being the weakest of the best decks, if that makes sense. Because Aqua is just a really strong deck. And the other thing is, Aqua's arguably worst matchup is probably Heroes, and nobody's playing Heroes. So you kind of get to this kind of safety knowledge of I'm probably not going to play against my worst matchup. At least in my opinion, that's the worst matchup, but you know. So, I kind of get what you're saying, Hunter. But, Hero has still always been a fan favorite deck. Some people still really like the deck. And instead of playing Hero, we've got people spamming Aqua, we've got people spamming Music Princess. So it's like, by that logic, why aren't people bored of Aqua and Music Princess when they've already been out for like 3 months? It's a weird one. When it comes to talking about Spears, yes, that is a absolute, wall to playing the deck. That being said, there were a lot of people playing it for a bit and then they dropped it. So what it felt like was a bunch of people picked up the deck, played it, for whatever reason decided they didn't like it and stopped playing it. So the question then becomes, did they not like it because they weren't doing very well? And were they not doing very well because either the deck was weaker than they expected, or because the deck was more complicated than they expected and they weren't finding results, right? Aqua is my brain off deck. I mean, it's very simple to play, right? It's very just nice to just pick it up and be able to kind of stumble your way through games and usually win anyway. But it's funny that this box came out at the same time as the Gaia skill, the Gaia deck, right? It's wild to think that. I remember day one this came out, I was jamming the Gaia hero list before like Gaia Matarian had really caught on. Waifu archetype still carry, plus both decks are kind of turn off Brain and Spam. I don't think Music Princess is turn off Brain and Spam. I think Music Princess, if you played the deck 100 times, you will know the lines, you'll be able to do it all hunky-dory, right? But if you're picking up the deck for the first time, if you're like new to the deck, it is going to take so much more effort to learn Music Princess than it is to learn Aqua. Like, they're not in the same level of like complexity. Now, it's Rush, so you have to remember that complexity baseline is not very high to begin with. But I don't think they're both on the same level of easy, right? MP isn't turn brain off. Again, I think it is when you've played it for 3 months, right? You kind of know all the lines. You get to a point with the deck where you look at your hand and you don't even see the hand. You see the end board already. You see where this is going, right? Like, when you've played it long enough, you just get to that stage. Which selection box card will be our next box then? I mean, what don't we have still? What are we still missing from selection boxes? I am at like 3 months. The Music Princess players can do it without eyes closed. I mean, yeah. But I suppose at that point, that's every deck, right? Yeah, I don't even know which selection box cards we're still missing. But I am curious. So this is something we keep coming back to, right? We've actually had this made for, God, I don't know, like 10 months we've had this. And we've been like, okay, when is stuff going to come out? When is stuff going to come out? Like, we're still missing so much stuff from here. And this is, by the way, this is just up to the time skip, right? This is the Lug. This is like just after the Lug when we get to, you know, Phaser. And we're still missing so much stuff. Theoretically, we should be getting Rovian soon. And obviously, pre-Rovian in the show, it would have been the normal plants, which is like the LeBlanc stuff, the Jersey stuff, Track Tiger, the Dark Fairy stuff by London, Heartless Hounds, the normal reptiles, which is like Mitsuko's first wave. I don't know if they're going to bother giving that to us as a deck, or if they'll just slap those in as like N and Rs when we actually get the secret agents or the secret investigators or agents or whatever the English localization is. Yeah, the problem is that the characters move so slow while cards move so fast. I can play Potter Loop with my eyes closed. Exactly. You get to that stage, right? I do think people are just bored. Yes. I mean, we just got 2 new decks, but they're just not interesting enough. I think we need a big injection, and we need a big meta shakeup. That's what people are waiting for. The issue is, I don't know if that's going to happen until we get the the World Championship qualifier box. Because that's usually where we get the big shakeup, right? Like, I mean, we keep talking about it, but where is it? Eternal Galaxy Road. This box was absolutely huge. Like, this box was insanely big. So we might not see like a big shakeup until we get to this stage again, which again is probably going to be like, what, May? I would expect a mini box next month, at least. But I don't know if it's going to be like a huge mini box. For me, I just want to see this get shaken up more than anything. And there we go in another ad break. So we're going to rehydrate. Two, one. Welcome back from the ads. Everyone that got hit with ads. So, for me, I just want to see the meta get shaken up. I just get bored when it's always the same decks again and again and again and again and again and again. So I'm like, if we could just... I don't even hate any of these decks. I don't hate High Tech. I don't hate Music Princess. I don't hate Aqua. I'm not at the point where I'm like, oh, it's another Music Princess player. But I just want to see some fresh faces, right? That's what I want. Those ads are lasting less than 3 seconds from each time. Well, that's good. I mean, for different people, they last different amounts because you get different targeted ads depending on where you are. But I want to start seeing some of these cards come out. That's kind of where I'm at. So reptiles, they're not going to come out until we get Yuga Goha, realistically. Right? And this is reptiles as in the chameleon stuff, right? So we'll get that when we get Yuga Goha. I would imagine he's coming out this year. So it's just going to be like, is it going to be sooner? Is it going to be later? The Arc Talk stuff, I think would be cool to get. I think we're kind of at the point where we can just have the trap card. Because the argument always before was we couldn't get Arc Talk much earlier because he mentions the trap. So we get Arc Talk up. Oh God, what's his new name? He's a machine. Not released. Effect monster. I don't know what his like new name is. There's his fusion. Worker Warrior Sinister Chairman. So Sinister is the new. If I could spell it. So this is Worker Warrior Sinister CEO. So If your opponent has a face-up level 7 or higher monster on their field, send one monster from your hand to the graveyard, set up to one of each salary slash and battle demotion. So the reason we thought we couldn't get this before was because of battle demotion, because we didn't like have any good trap cards. But we could probably get this now, right? So when an opponent's monster declares an attack on your face-up machine-type monster, pay 600 life points, change an attack position monster to defense position. Now, this might seem a bit mid, but back before we got shady, we were hurting for any kind of playable trap, right? Give me a few cards to support a trains. I mean, it would be really good to get some plants. Battle Demotion mentioned. Alert, alert. Konami, please arrest this man. There's also Sinister Chairman. Pay 600 life points. This card gains attack equal to the number of machine-type monsters in your graveyard times 200 to the end of this turn. Then you can play Salary Slash or Battle Demotion from your graveyard to the bottom of the deck. And if you do, you can draw one card. Now, these cards are ass. Let's be honest. These cards are not good. But skills exist. And with a skill, these could unironically be playable. So, like, just give them. I don't know how I feel about it not being not entirely unrealistic that we somehow get Kaiser character. I think there is a chance that we could get Kaizo. Let me see if I can find thingy quick. It'd be nice if this would actually function as is written, but that's fine. And if I grab this and then drag it over here. There we go. This is the video we did. And we should be able to see. Oh, that's not helpful. We'll just let the ad block thing do it. Because for whatever reason, the ad block on Chrome is really obnoxious. Come on, Chrome. You can do it. Alright. I want to get to this. Perfect. So this was our list of like potential characters that could come out. Oh, it's actually not on here. Are you kidding me? Ah, it's in the other video. Okay, it's fine. We'll find it later. So I had a video where I went over all the different characters that I thought could be playable. And we did have Kaizo in the there's a chance section. So like I do think there is a chance that we could get Kaizo. But Go-Rush characters in order appear in the anime from the point we're currently on. Galaxon, Tazaki, London, Jersey Devil Brothers. Let's be honest though, right? I have zero expectation that we're going to get Galaxon. I don't think we're going to get the Jersey Devil Brothers. I don't think we're getting Nomura. I don't think we're getting Ishida. We're definitely not getting Makaida and Mbembe. We're definitely not getting the Yeti Yukio. I mean, some of those other ones are on the table, but like, it's like there is a world in which we get Ran, right? I don't think it's like super likely, but there is definitely a world in which we get her. Because the other thing is, it's like Ran, obviously her ace is like LeBlanc or whatever. But if we got Ran's boss monster is just still not in the game, which is really weird. It's what Garland, I think it's called. Because this was always Ran's boss. But we still don't have this in Duel Links. Is the reason we don't have this yet because they want to release Ran's as a playable character in the future? Maybe. So obviously this is place one plant type monster from your graveyard on the bottom of the deck, special summon a level 7 or lower plant type monster from your hand, face up to your field, place it at the bottom of the deck during the end phase. So you're supposed to use this to cheat out like in a trains, then you could use a trains effect to summon out in a trains, and then you fuse them off and hunky-dory, good to go, right? But like there's lots of different archetypes I'm just waiting for, right? Again, we think this is probably attached to Yuga Goha. This could be attached to Kaizo, but could just come out. The Zombie Stein stuff, I don't think we're going to get the guy that played this. I can't remember his name. He was like a one-off character. But the zombies stuff, that could come out. The only one I think is maybe a bit problematic is Lurker. But if it's not Lurker, it's fine. You can just release any of the zombies. Just give us Stein. Like, it doesn't really matter. Most of the list won't make it. The ones I think are likely are in the last part of the comment. Yeah, Rovian. I don't know if we're... Yuna is a weird one for me. I don't know where I think Yuna fits in. Because the agent cards are really good. but I would also like to see them get a good skill. So I'd almost rather they didn't come out early. Because I don't want them to get, like, the Gradius treatment of just, like, well, the deck's good enough, it doesn't need a skill. Asaka, again, is a weird one. I think she'll probably be playable, but I don't know if they will try and hurry her out. Or if they'll give her, like, late. Like, they'll get all the important characters out, and then they'll just drop her at a different time. So obviously we just talked about the plant fusions. Dinosaur fusions. I mean, I like to think we're not going to get Hunt as a playable character, but like we could definitely get dinosaur fusions. Like we could definitely get that. The noodle fusions, we're still waiting for our noodles. Where's cross promotion? Where is meat spice? Let's just type noodle and then unreleased. It's probably the best way to do this. Where is my meat spice, the special noodle ninja? I can be trusted with this Konami. I won't break it again. It's fine. Where's Miso Instant, the special noodle ninja? Like, Konami, give me them. Yuna is the Celeb Rose one. Let us do Warlock loot, please. Let's be honest. One, I don't think Warlock would come out in the first wave. I think Warlock is likely to be the rerun card of Yuna's event, right? Two, I think they would limit it unless, because they were having it as the rerun card, they didn't want to limit it. I don't see it as being anything better than Limit 1, personally. Agents is our lovely 3 meat alien. Whilst they're at it, they can give us the retrained taste inspector. I mean, they could. Like, they've just redone a bunch of the noodle cards, so it'd be awesome if they could. I want these cards so bad. I love the noodle ninjas. Like, give me the noodle ninjas. Then there's the new Slash stuff. That's fine. I wouldn't be like... just get it up again, just because it's easier to have visual aids. I'm not like super jonesing to get a hold of this card, but it's neat. Right, printing presser plus scoop scooter, send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. Your opponent's top 7 cards of the deck. Your opponent places the excavated cards top of the deck in any order. You can make all face-up monsters in your opponent's field lose attack, equal to the number of excavated monsters times 500. So that could be 3,500 attack. So this could be a pretty good OTK machine. Now, this deck doesn't really have enough cards to make a full deck. So this would have to be some sort of engine, which means I don't think it would get a skill. So if it came out, it would just be a thing. Then there's the Rider Cross fusion we still don't have. So we can get that up as well. We still don't have Rider Cross Ash. This card is actually not bad. Now, it wasn't bad when it came out. I would make the argument this is now a little bit weak in terms of like Duel Links power level. But send the top card of your deck to the graveyard. This card gains attack equal to the number of monsters on the field times 300. So gains some attack is quite nice. Or look at all face down spell traps on your opponent's field and destroy one of them. Now, having that knowledge is really good. And being able to pop one card is also really good. But you have to remember that we are in a post-Shiny Shady world. So if ever this got summoned, it's just going to get shadied, right? So it's a little bit tricky. My final list, slash hope without the unrealistic stuff, is Yuna slash Rovian, the Lug, Dinwa, Phaser. I don't really want Dinwa as a playable character, if I'm being honest. Especially because her cards are also really strong. I think her deck would be way too good to come out between the Lug and Phaser. So you'd have to like heavily nerf her, and that might be a bit awkward. We don't have the Talismanic Fusions yet. I think we might have one of them now. We still don't have Chemical Cure. Like, where's Chemical Cure at? Chemical Cure's not even really an anime deck. Just give us Chemical Cure. And the thing is, all of these are like kind of bad. They're all kind of a bit shit. But with skills, suddenly they could all be really good. They could all be really, really good. So like, that's what we're kind of waiting for. And we've got a similar thing going on over here as well, where we're just kind of waiting for all of these decks as well. But it makes it really hard to predict what we're actually going to get in the next box. Like, it makes it really, really difficult. Because the other thing is, they don't have to stick to this schedule, right? They could release something from the future and just bring it out early. Which is, they'll probably do. They'll probably do that with at least a couple of cards. The thing is, every time they do that, they're pushing these cards back further. And that means when they do eventually come out, either they are completely dead on arrival, if they're not already, as well as their skill has to be even more broken to keep up with the other decks, right? That's why it gets a bit, like, annoying. But yeah, that's kind of how I look at it. I really don't know what they're going to put in a new box. It's so hard to guess. But, with all that said, I think we are going to start winding things down. I've been yapping for far too long. And although it is a little bit early to end stream, I already said I didn't really want to jump into actually playing some Duel Links today. So we are probably just going to go ahead and call it here. But, oh, this has been fun. It's been fun to get back into the swing of things. This was just our easing into it stream. On Thursday, we are planning to actually play some Duel Links. We'll obviously do some usual yap. We always do the yap. We love the yap. And then after that, we'll be playing probably some, like, D-Linker Blue Eyes, maybe? We're going to play something along those lines. Because I want to just, like, play the game a bit, right? That's kind of where I'm at. On Wednesday, so tomorrow evening, we'll be continuing on with the Vrains watch-along. So if you're interested in watching that, that will be right here. That will be 8 p.m. my time. So I don't know what time it's going to be for everyone else. 8 p.m. GMT. But we'll be doing that. Then on Sunday, we'll probably be doing Deckmaster Cup. We'll probably be streaming Deckmaster Cup like we have for the last two. That is going to be the plan. Hello, United. Yeah, you've caught us as we're winding down, unfortunately. Unfortunate. But hello, United. Always a pleasure to see you. But yeah, this has been fun. I don't know if there's anyone to raid. I can quickly have a quick peek. See if anyone we know is on. It doesn't look like anyone we know is on. So I think we're just probably going to end it there then. So, once again, thank you guys. The 240 streak flex by Alex right there. He really wants those channel points. But thank you guys so much for watching. And I'll see you next time. Goodbye!